¿Necesitas un taquero? Pues busca Taquero Mucho para todo evento social, bodas, 15 años y hasta divorcios. Llame o mande un texto al 773-969-9006. Además contamos con servicios de delivery a su casa con las aplicaciones de Uber Eats, Grubhub y DoorDash. O si gusta puede ir directamente a su página de internet taqueromuchochicago.com con el amigo Iván Ramos y arriba Zacatecas, primo.
Un saludo to CraftingLuxe. They provided us with our printed logo on our table cover. Make sure you check them out on Instagram and Facebook at CraftingLuxe. They also provide wall decals, vinyl printing, stickers, and custom cups. Also, for our 420 vendors, they also provide printing and packaging supplies with your customized logo. Besides Instagram and Facebook, Stephanie can also be reached via text at 312-975-5548.
Sus compas, los Calentanos Podcast. Buenas tardes, buenas noches, buenos días, amigos, señoras y señores, ¿cómo están? Otro episodio 2022. Ya andamos medios jarritas en esta tarde, ya que el invitado de esta tarde nos trajo unas botellas. Hoy estamos con mi compa.
Yo, what's up? El Piggy alias el Edgar.
Y mi compa
Misael Arroyo, para servirles saludos para toda la gente que lo está viendo en este momento. Escuchando también.
Claro que sí. Y también aquí mi compa
Tino Figueroa, por ahí saludo para toda la gente de Guerrero. We had to bring this out today, bro. It's a special occasion.
Had to.
We have somebody de nuestra tierra, bro.
Casi que no viene siendo
He's not
a guest.
He's not a guest, man. No.
Casi the fourth
es que
member.
lo corrieron de donde andaba.
No. Ahorita, mira,
He's not a guest
ya
one.
va a llegar.
Ya llegó de donde andaba,
No,
chingado.
ya va a llegar the football draft, right?
Yeah,
Ahorita va a ser el podcast draft.
We got first picks.
We got first pick.
Yeah.
I'm a first round pick?
Yep.
First round pick
Yeah.
because we suck, but we're gonna kick some ass.
Directamente de Wackpod.
Claro que sí. ¿Quién es? ¿Cómo se llama?
My name is Francisco Figueroa, directo de Quetzalapa, Guerrero.
Hell yeah.
Gente, saludos.
How do you say that?
Bro, he's the most Chicagoan, Guerreroan guy that we have here. He can't.
Most
Mejor conocido
wanted-
como Fry el Guy.
I'm the least Guerrero guy.
No, I was talking about Piggy.
No, the least Guerrerense, but the most wanted Guerrerense, man. Come on.
Oh.
You're fucking wanted all across Chicago.
Ya, güey, hazle cría.
Wisconsin,
Bro,
Pídele cría.
I was actually talking about you, but okay.
Oh, okay.
Y'all jealous.
Ya,
Y'all
güey,
jealous.
ya casi te embarazas aquí, güey. Make sure you leave us a
I
bag of
want that
sperm.
I feel the love. I
Hey,
feel the love.
I just want that beard,
He
man.
wants
I
that-
want some hair, man.
He wants that free logo.
He wants that free Piggy logo.
Hey.
No, when I was talking about the less Guerrerense American, I was talking about Piggy because he can't pronounce any names. The Guerrero, he doesn't know. He didn't know what Chilacachapa was.
No, it's because
He thought it was a plate.
No. It's because you guys have never heard of Humboldt Park, Guerrero.
Bro, that's
You guys
me.
just never
That's, bro, I grew up in Humboldt Park. I grew up by the Buffaloes. The Buffaloes brought me up. You know what the Buffaloes are?
The Buffalo Wings
Ya
are
se van a
fucking beat
se van a empezar a
baby.
echar balazos ustedes ahorita.
The Buffaloes.
A machetazos,
Bro,
baby.
I probably got more Buffalo pictures than you, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, with chicken wings, baby.
No, I'm talking about Buffaloes like right on Sacramento. Right on Sacramento.
When you ordered food, I thought we did it.
For the
So
people
there's
that,
Humboldt Park, Guerrero people? Or what?
yeah, there's a lot.
yeah.
A lot, yeah.
We're local.
I got one right in front of you, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause I
You
I
got
know
two,
there's a lot of
actually.
people, there's a lot of people in like Highwood and Highland Park that are from Guerrero. Like,
Highland Park?
yeah,
Oh,
Highland
that's,
Park.
that's the rich Guerrero people, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yo soy
sorry.
Logan
I'm sorry.
Square, so I'm middle class.
They don't even say La Combi. They just fucking
La Wawa.
taxi. Fry, fucking thank you. This has been fucking history in the making.
Eee, like that?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Embarázalo, hijo.
Yeah.
Ya viene entrado el
I'll make you a baby right now and shit.
Todo barbón and shit.
I'm because my mom's asking.
Hey, he said he'll make you baby, so that means you're gonna be the bottom way.
Oh,
You gonna be the
yeah.
padrino? Hey, what's up, Saxteño?
What's up, compadre?
Hey.
Bueno, Fry, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está, Fry? ¿Cómo lo trata la
man.
vida?
Primero que nada, like, gracias. Thank you for inviting me to the Guerrero.
No, we've been having this, ¿cómo se llama? La tenemos planeado desde tiempo. We're like, man, we should. Fry is one of the guys que sabemos que es de Guerrero, pero like, I don't feel like a lot of people know it.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, you know what?
gotta expose it.
Yeah, we gotta expose this guy. You know,
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
him. You know, he's a very talented man. His artwork is fucking amazing.
Not only in artwork though, bro. You're talking about the man plays a million instruments. He sings. He's one of the persons that I looked up to when I started doing segundas.
You
Like
heard
I was
it here
like,
first.
I was trying to like study
Creo
him.
que ya
And,
lo embarazaste también, bro.
Hey, espérame, Tino.
yeah.
Forget the instruments that he plays. Let's not, forget about how much he talks at the guac party,
Yeah. The most-
The sexy voice,
I talk so much you don't hear me and shit.
Hey, you gotta be like me, like, hey, I'm talking, but I'm talking to my head, you know?
Bro, just
Misa puts his head next to the mic so they can hear
just an inside joke. We call Misa our Fry. We're like, bro, can you talk?
Y'all gonna make him walk
High
up
five,
and leave,
Lisa,
bro.
high five. I like that shit.
Hey,
We're
both
quiet,
of y'all
but-
can sing like a motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
We're quiet, but we
try.
know what to say.
Right? I
Yeah.
try.
When I-
Hey, Fry, next time it's gonna be a pod just me and you, man.
I got you. We'll
Puro
start.
silence, eh?
Put a silence.
Hey,
We're
10
gonna have
hour-
to, we're gonna have to cut the spaces.
We'll just be drinking and shit.
This is
We're
be
gonna do
one-
a ASMR. Way, you know?
There you go.
one of
Just pop
those,
open the beers.
10-hour when you want to sleep type of shit,
Hey, Visa.
And Misa is only going to be breathing.
For us people that are not very YouTube savvy, what is ASMR?
You never heard of ASMR?
He can't
Really?
spell, dude. He
All
can't
I watch
spell. He can't spell.
is Coco Melon and Blippy.
It's like people that just whisper, or like they're drinking, they'll go like this.
Or they'll eat something, like they'll hear chewing.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a TikTok
Primo
type of
didn't
thing,
even know
no?
yeah.
what it was.
But it started like on YouTube. Yeah, people
Yeah,
start doing
they'll
that
eat
shit.
like fucking ribs or like seafood,
Yeah.
All I watch
yeah.
is Coco Melon and Blippy.
and all you hear is like,
My kids don't let me watch anything, bro.
Yeah.
What's up with them feet videos, though, man? I see
You
you.
got
There's feet videos?
The feet videos? Do they get-
You.
Oh, no, I don't watch any
Stop
feet
acting
videos.
brand new now.
Bro, I don't even know what feet
We're
videos
just
is.
exposing everything today. Fuck that.
Biggie's like out there today, bro. He's gonna.
Muy agresivo este pinche piggy.
Hey, I'm happy. We finally, we got Fry, man. I'm hyped for Fry. Fry's a fucking really good dude. He got a really
Thank
good
you.
beard going on, even though not a lot of people watch our videos, but Fry got the beard, man. Look at the video.
viene contento pig because hizo carne asada today, man.
Oh.
Por razón de
First
las
of all-
carnitas.
Hey.
Y no trajo nada, bro.
Oh, wait, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Not carne asada.
T-bone steak
Oh.
and rib
Camel
eye.
hog fucking steaks and shit.
Yeah, steaks
No
bigger
wonder
than
he's
your
all
dick.
happy and shit.
Yeah, steaks bigger than your dick, baby.
He had to work late just because he was eating too much.
Anyway.
Anything for the podcast, man?
Not a sponsor.
Oh, okay. That answers
Bueno, vamos a empezar desde un principio, Fry.
Yeah.
¿Cuándo empieza Fry? Where'd you go to school? Where'd you grow up?
How did you get the name Fry?
it. Grew up here in Chicago. Grew up in Little Village.
What part? What school?
26th in Christiana. No, 28th in Christiana.
So you were a
I'm
bunny
sorry.
or you were the other one?
That was the other one. That was the other one.
Good.
I would throw up right now, but I'm like, I don't want to.
Puro barrio.
Yes, grew up in Little Village.
Did you go to Farragut?
No, hell no.
Bro.
Hell no.
You can't be little
Why
village
you
if
gotta
you
say
didn't go to
so
Farragut.
disgustingly,
No,
man?
I would say Little Village. I'm gonna say Little Village. That's how Little Village I am. I'm gonna say Little Village.
Anybody want to whoop his ass? I got you.
I didn't go to Farragut because that was a scary ass fucking school, and I was just like, nope, I'm not gonna go there. No, shout out to all people from Farragut.
Shout out to where you're Farragut, right?
But we used, if you know, you know.
What
And
school you went to then?
I went to John F. Kennedy High School.
I don't know where's that at.
It's on the south side.
Shout out to the president.
Yeah. On the by Archer and Narragansett on the south side.
You were in the Polish side.
Yeah, in a little Polish area.
Okay.
Little small little group of like
Borderline
Mexicans
summit
and
type of
shit.
thing?
No, that's before Summit. Yeah. I know you guys are all Northsiders because it's because of that. Yeah, we are
Does it show? Does it
yeah.
show?
I just say Archer and you're like, what?
Archer goes in an angle, no?
Is that the one that goes like Milwaukee?
Yeah. It's our Milwaukee from the south side. And shit.
So Ogden is like Logan, right? You know?
Yeah, it's around there. We just care about
Ogden is
Archer.
like Elston. Archers like Milwaukee.
Archers are Milwaukee.
Esa
on
viene
the
siendo
south
el
side.
Michoacán de Guerrero, you know?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah, I grew up there. Went to high school there, but Chicago most of my life. All my life. I didn't go anywhere. Homegrown here.
Did you do music in school or?
Fíjate, my story is that I did art for most of my life. I knew how to draw.
drawing?
I knew
Also, so art was the first
That was my first thing.
talent. Que
Oh
salió.
yeah, do you know what? I did send you some pictures of me of my son, right?
Yeah. Remember?
My son likes drawing too, and I think I heard it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Can't make
I think
him
it was
look
Puro-
good, Misa.
No, it's because he was talking at the Puros Compas.
Yeah.
I think you brought that up, and I was just listening. I'm like, oh shit, because you started drawing like really young, también, no?
When I was really young, I started like in elementary school. I started drawing, and then in
was
high
tagger.
school,
was
they
tagger.
wanted me to be tagger. I remember like in my freshman year, they invited me to be a tagger. They're like, "Hey, you draw really good." And I was in my art class. Like, you want to tag up some shit? I'm like, no.
Pura ganga action.
What-
pura
what-
ganga
No, it was
action.
like those new wave like taggers.
What was your
like,
tagger nickname, bro?
I didn't have a tagger.
He said he didn't, dude.
I wanted to, but I was like, I want to learn how to do that.
Fried
kind of
shit.
thing.
He put the fried and then he put the McDonald's in, man.
Upside down and shit.
He's like, call me
Yeah.
Rye.
With the M right there and shit, with the old arches.
He was called El Golden Arches.
I wasn't too fancy. That's fancy.
Because you lived on the king side, bro.
That's true. That's true. That's
You're gonna
true.
get him shot. You're gonna get him shot.
But yeah, I don't want to get shot. All right, I'm already in gold and shit.
You live
gotta
in Berwyn,
represent,
bro.
bro.
You're good.
You
I
gotta
don't wanna-
represent, bro.
I don't want to. I want to go home in the safe area of Berwyn and shit. Make sure. I live like 2 minutes away from here.
Excuse us. Excuse us. Okay.
Yeah, I started in high school.
You
I
say you live
started
2 minutes away?
like 2 minutes away from here.
Welcome home, man. You know?
All right, thank you. Man. I'll probably walk.
Su casa, no,
Sorry,
su casa
Carlos.
es tu casa.
I just walk home if I get fucked up. I'll just walk home.
So,
I'm good.
so it'd be easier for you to join Los Calentanos.
Exactly. That's why I said,
than
welcome
to go-
home.
Welcome home.
this is
Hey,
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
Sorry,
saying.
Carlos.
Carlos,
Sorry,
Carlos, if
Carlos.
you're watching this is
Jesse, your dream has.
this is the podcast draft, baby. We got the number one pick.
It's
baby.
not like I'm doing much at the podcast anyway. So I'm like,
Jesse,
I'm not
your dream
talking
came
or
true.
anything.
He
We already
actually,
talked a lot more here than the other one.
he actually wrote it on the pictures today. Con puros compas. Jesse wrote that you were missing on the picture that we took with them.
Oh yeah.
I was looking at the
Yeah,
Instagram.
I saw that
comment,
today.
and he
Yeah.
wrote it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
saw that.
you know, nothing Photoshop can't fix. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you guys
Do
want me,
you
I'm-
still draw right now or what?
you know what? I haven't drawn in a long time.
So,
And
so what were you drawing back then? Like Garfield and shit like that?
I
or-
drew everything.
Art?
I ruined one of my brother's like comic books because I was like tracing it.
Oh, yeah.
And I kind of traced it too hard, and it was like kind of imprinted on his comic book. He got really pissed off.
Was that the first edition of like Spider-Man and shit?
No,
First
hell
edition
no.
of Fry.
I was I forgot what it was. It was a Wolverine comic book, but
So you were a hands-free artist.
I was hands free.
Holy
I was
shit.
just kind of draw shit.
That's real
just,
fucking
yeah.
For all you young kids, comic book is a book that has cartoons.
That has
in
pictures and
It. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what you guys watch on your iPad.
it's comedy.
Yeah, it has cartoons, and that's how we actually
Cartoons, but you got to read it. You know?
we found out about
Yeah.
X-Men,
It's readable cartoons.
Spider-Man, Batman. You young kids don't know about that.
Oh, I know all about that
You
shit.
guys know
Just
only
ask
about
me.
TikTok.
At me at Twitter.
Yeah. No, say it, bro. Yeah, we trying to get you to 3 million followers and shit, bro.
Oh shit! I can't. I don't have time for all that shit.
All right. So you did.
I did drawing. I did art for. Well, it started mostly in high school. And freshman year, I had like beginning art because I'm like, all right, I like art. I want to draw. And my teacher right there was like, hey, you're gonna go to the second, the second part of art. I'm like, all right, cool.
Like AP?
Not yet. Okay. It was just like advanced art. Like this,
Honors.
Nah, not yet. That was sophomore year, and then my junior year.
drawing naked people and shit. Like, yeah, got you.
I wish that was one thing I was wishing
Adding
for.
a bigger dick to himself.
That's where the myth fucking
He became
started.
very aggressive.
Yeah, junior year, that's when I got AP classes. And then my fourth year, which is like unheard of, they were like, hey, we're gonna give you another one because my art teacher really loved the way I drew. She wanted me to go to like a good art school and everything. So she's like, you're gonna take another year of art.
So what was your theme en ese tiempo? Like, there's some artists que yo sé que se concentran en flores or in just
Human
like
body.
pictures. Yeah, the
Yeah.
human
Style,
body.
the style.
I didn't
What
have-
were you drawing then?
Man, whatever. Like whatever I had. One thing I had started like in high school was a little something I had learned where somebody would draw like scribble lines, right?
Uh-huh.
Just say like, oh, just really quick, do this, and then I would make a drawing out of those lines.
Oh no shit.
It was
Okay.
like an exercise.
Yeah.
So I
Using
would-
like your imagination, right?
Yeah, like you look it around. Next thing you know, it'll turn out to be like a bird or fucking something.
There's a TikTok guy that does that out of cement on the floor. He has chalks and he'll have like el cemento tendrá un hoyo or whatnot.
Yes,
and then
I've
he'll
seen
make
that one.
a
Yeah.
cartoon out of it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, that is
yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's fucking dope.
So
I have
most
TikTok.
of my say like you could theme was just stuff that I just could come up with.
No shit.
Do you have a TikTok, bro?
I didn't have TikTok back then.
No, I mean, do you have a TikTok
Tino
now?
pendejo.
I do have a TikTok, but I just use it just to mostly just see
see
stuff
people?
like that.
Oh, okay. I thought you like put up your stuff there, like
No,
your
I
artwork
haven't-
and all that
I
stuff.
think if you're gonna go on TikTok, you have to have some kind of theme. Like you're gonna. Like, I've seen a bunch of artists. I mean, like
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
He sees stuff. He sees chocolate. Like boom. I
I
have
don't
something
have,
now.
I don't have a
Right.
TikTok.
So hold on. So you were doing a whole bunch of like abstract.
I was doing a lot. Not even abstract. Like I was just doing like a lot of cartoonish shit.
Whatever
Because I
takes
was
your-
like kind of inspired by like comic books. So I remember I drew myself. I remember a lot of people were talking about it in high school. I drew myself.
Beard or no?
I had like a little goatee. I had a little-
like
I-
me, like me.
a little more fuller.
A little more height too.
Next.
Hey, he said he could draw it in if you want. Güey.
Yeah, I could pencil it in for you right now.
Well, I'm about to take a new band picture, so let's do it.
There you go.
I'm here. Then.
I drew myself. It was funny. It was like a cartoon of me daydreaming in my class. So I was like, I had my beard. I drew myself like a cartoon.
It was in high school, right?
It was in high school. So I drew like my whole classroom in the background. And I had like a big ass, like a smiling face. And I drew like I was dreaming of some girl or some shit, like big boobs. or
Oh
whatever. Yeah.
shit.
And I know I still have that. And people were going crazy, like, oh shit, it's fucking badass. And like, all right, cool. So that's when I started more getting my like I'd say career in high school. It'd be like
Right.
everybody knew me as that guy that knew how to draw.
Yeah.
And
then
when
they
it
wanted
came-
you to
Don't
tag.
pick on him. He's the guy that knows
They
how to draw.
tag. They wanted me to tag, and then it wasn't until my fourth year, my senior year in high school, where I think my counselor was like, "You have to take a music class because you haven't taken a music class yet." Like, oh shit, they're like,
Was that required back then?
that was required.
It was
Still
required for us
required.
too.
It's still required. It's still
Yeah.
required.
It was for us.
Wait, hold on. So you were an artist and you weren't a musician at
I
all.
wasn't a musician. I didn't even know about my musical
That never
background.
crossed.
Crossed my
Holy
mind. I liked
shit.
music, but I never knew I had a musical talent. Like I
yeah,
just
I know how to put the headphones in my head. You know. what I'm saying?
Like I later on when I started singing, I found out that my mom in Guerrero used to sing like Jilgueria style.
Oh no way!
So she knows how to sing, and I like it never crossed my mind.
On the next episode of Los Calentanos.
My mom and shit. She I remember. I mean, it never hit me because I mean I was never introduced to like singing segundas or whatever.
Right.
But when I was a child, and my mom had like back when you used to carry your child like this because there was no seatbelt laws. She was like this. She would listen to like
Back in the 90s.
She would listen to the radio, and if she liked the song, le echaba segundas.
Oh shit.
And I never knew. Like it never crossed
Kind
my
of
mind.
like we all do now these days.
Yeah, exactly. And I never knew. Like it never crossed my it never like it computed to my head.
So that probably just sunk on you.
It just sunk. And then when I
Man, that's
started like
fucking dope.
singing, like that's when like oh shit, that like ya pues ya venía
Kind of
de
naturally.
it was kind of
to you.
natural.
Yeah.
So when high school came out, my senior year, I took beginning band.
Okay.
You know the instruments.
What do you play in beginning band?
Saxophone, alto saxophone. 'Cause
Saxophone. Why do you pick saxophone? Or is that something they handed to you, or
No,
or
I
is that
picked
something?
I picked it because some of my guys already had trumpet, and that was when Quebradita was out, like Maguey and all that stuff. And I loved Maguey at that point.
Yeah.
I loved Maguey, so I'm like, let me take up the alto saxophone because Tu Eterna Enamorada has it comes with like a little solo.
Okay,
and
he
shit,
just
yeah.
had the singer here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
shit.
in breakfast
Saludos
here.
to
Yeah, nice.
Ernesto,
Ernesto
Solano.
Ernesto Solano. Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy's one of my fucking, I don't say heroes,
He's
but
your
back then it
idol?
was like, yeah.
Dude, I couldn't believe
He
he was
good,
here. I
man.
was like so amazed. I was like,
He recorded like 30 minutes of Snapchat of him.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I was so excited.
You was in the bathroom for some reason.
You grew up for that, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you grew up with that, listening to that music. So when I saw him here, I was like, holy shit, he's really him.
Yeah.
And then like I heard the saxes, like the trumpets and trombones.
Was
like,
that his band or that was somebody?
Nah,
else
he got me a bunch of musicians from Chicago and got them all together. But I
They
think
sounded good.
Yeah, they sounded good, dude.
Oh, really?
Legit.
I would want to check him out.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I
I've-
mean, that guy's,
Dude, they were amazing
at the
here.
end of the day, he's a beast. I mean,
Yeah.
he was.
His
a lot of
voice,
hits.
la
He's
tiene exacta.
iconic. He's
Oh, yeah,
iconic.
todavía, I'm
He's
like,
iconic. That
oh,
voice was
shit.
iconic back in the day.
Yeah, dude. I was like,
Still,
oh,
what do you mean
shit.
back in the day?
And I remember, I remember my compadre. Shout out to my compadre Gus. He used to play trumpet, and he was already like in advance. He was already like in a marching band.
Right.
And we used to look in the CD covers. If you guys young kids don't remember the CD covers and like fucking
Everybody's head under the star.
It had and it had a fucking fold out and it had like every
rights to every author.
it
and
had
shit.
every integrante.
Yeah.
Every little detail.
Yeah, and one guy was named Francisco, and the other guy was named Gustavo. And so they're like, hey, like this badass. Like,
That's me.
That's us. So we did this band. It was like a techno banda for a talent show.
Nice.
And we did Tu Eterno Enamorada was like our first song, and we did it 3 different versions. Like it was the regular version, a quebradita version, and I forgot what else.
Reggaeton.
But
you
it was
sing?
No, I just played
Oh,
saxophone. At that point, como diga, I never like kind of just knew that I knew how to maybe do segundas or anything.
Right.
But
The saxophone.
if I'm not wrong, I remember in high school, my teacher always saying that the saxophone and the trombone is the closest to a human voice.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
I think that's why, like, it's easier for us to like kind of like pick up the tonos and stuff. I mean, that's what my teacher always like. Siempre nos decía eso. Siempre nos decía like if you could play a trombone or a saxophone, that's the closest you'll get to a human voice.
I heard that. I did hear about the trombone, but I heard that more of the saxophone. My teacher, shout out to Mr. Lawson. I don't know if he's still around, but he would say the same thing. Like the saxophone is the closest thing to a human's voice.
Yeah, I remember they used to preach that a lot. But then you play trombone también, no?
I played trombone after
You got out of high
after
school.
high school. We started doing the whole little techno banda thing.
What was the name of the band back then?
Banda Azteca.
Oh, it was Tecno Banda at
It
first?
was, yeah, it was techno banda when we started.
Okay.
And then slowly but surely, that's when like Banda de Viento was getting more popular.
Yeah.
Right when I say the one thing that turned in music to Banda de Viento was Una Aventura. With
Okay.
El Coyote back in the
Okay.
day. When that song came on, like everybody suddenly just like banda.
I want a tuba.
Yeah. Because that was one of the first songs we learned. When my guy was playing the bass, he switched to tuba. And then slowly I started changing into a trombone.
Hey, wait, your dad's a musician también?
My dad, yeah, he was a musician. He had like a little grupillo, like what he said back in the day. Él tocaba like más guitarra y cantaba también.
Ah, okay.
So
But I didn't know as much as like in high school. When I started doing the whole music thing, it just started like coming together like this. That was really, I was
okay,
picking
okay.
up like when people were doing like in my beginning class, we're doing like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I was doing like Banda Machos. On the side, I was like, okay, I got this, yeah.
So how was that transition for you from Tecno Banda on the sax to fucking the horn? Because I mean, it's not like
It's not the same.
it's not
the
like because I mean
same.
on a sax you have
What are the instruments you know how to play right now?
I mean, I don't play. I haven't played in years.
Yeah, but like
Well, that you've
in general,
learned,
that you
Uh,
learned.
The two saxophones, which is the alto and the tenor, the trombone. After trombone, I went to charcheta. And then the congas too and shit.
Were you like my compadre playing the trombone on fucking Treble Clef?
No, I didn't even know. I just kind of just.
Because
But-
I started playing trumpet and then I switched to trombone.
But he,
Okay, okay.
he read everything on Treble Clef.
Oh, really?
So because you know how the trombone is usually in bass clef?
Bass clef, yeah.
He will read it. He will read it in the treble clef.
Yeah, but-
that's one thing I never figured out.
Uh-huh.
I asked every musician from Mexico, ¿por qué la tuba de viento la leen en treble clef? I always seen it in bass clef.
Yeah.
And then nobody could answer me.
Yeah, it's different. Because I never knew. I knew how to play of course, the American way, right? Because
Yeah.
the fucking.
That's what we were taught. And stuff.
Yeah, and it was funny because I used to be in charge of taking all the music for Azteca. Like,
Oh.
like when I would say like Una Aventura, like hey, who would take it out? And I'm like, all right, I got the little piano, turn it into fucking clarinets, and I would do all three.
You also play keyboards.
I would just kind of mess around. I would get the keyboard, and they'll be like, oh, it's the clarinet part. Yo sacaba primera, tercera, segunda.
Okay.
And I'll write it down, but I'll write it down in A, B, C.
That's how we started,
So
bro.
Yeah.
when I started in banda,
Yeah.
I was used to reading like sheet music.
Okay.
So when I started, I used to play Banda Cielos,
Yeah.
and the guy, I'm like, because I wasn't really the oído.
Yeah.
So he started driving, así escribiendo like you, like A, B.
A, B, yeah.
That was
A
Chino,
flat,
actually.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Chino, yeah.
Chino from Orozco.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Oscar Ponce.
Yeah.
He used to write our music like that because we couldn't figure out either. Like, and that's how we picked it up. But he used to get his in treble clef.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I was playing trumpet that time though.
Yeah.
It would be easier for you, but it wasn't in the same key though, right?
No, well, when I switched to trombone,
No.
reading wise wasn't the
What
same.
trombone you had? The ¿Cómo se llama?
Si bemol, the B flat.
B flat. Okay.
That's what you play too.
But there's like
Yeah.
the bandas who were in, they would still get like some sheet music in treble clef for the trombone.
Oh shit.
I remember they will all read it in trombone. In treble clef except me.
Oh
They would
really?
be like you're the weird one. I'm like, how the fuck am I the weird one when it's written like that? That's the way it's supposed to be.
I never. You know, it's funny because when I started with Banda Real, I knew how to play the saxophone. And Yo todo de oído. Like I would just get parts just of like out of my ear and shit. I would just write down whatever B, D, whatever came out. When I tried it from Banda Real, they didn't like my sound because I hadn't played it in a while.
Oh yeah, I remember. I heard it in the podcast. They didn't like the sound.
They were like, "Oh, this guy sounds like whatever." Blah blah. I'm like, "All right, it's cool." I mean, I understand. Like I'm not tengo la vocadura that I'm not so good. And the next thing you know, when I became a segundero, they would do like these parts and 3 voices, the 3 saxophones. And I'm like, hey, you're wrong right there.
Yours is wrong.
Yours is wrong. Like, how do you know? I'm like, because I know. Like
I'm
you're
a singer,
wrong right
bitch.
there. Yeah. Like I used to do this. I wasn't afraid of terceras. Like a lot of people like kind of just like, oh, terceras is weird.
Sometimes tercera is like one note though, right?
It's like one note, yeah. But you just gotta hear it.
I used to argue with him all the time because
I used to play terceras.
y le decía,
Okay. En
estás
segunda
mal.
voz.
He's like, no,
Yeah.
what the fuck you mean? I'm like, bro, Summers. Oh yeah, I got it. Oh my bad. That's my bad. I'm like, bro, like I know because like
Yeah,
I'm
you
a singer,
hear it.
dude. Like I know where that.
Stick to singing.
Yeah, he would
Hold
say
on.
that all the fucking time.
So where did that come from? About like where did you being a musician playing an instrument? Where did that come from?
Lo oído?
I'm gonna do segundas out of nowhere. Like I mean, you're just you don't say that from one day to the next.
No, I mean everything was gradual. Like I'm saying, all the instruments I learned is because it was mandatory. Like I didn't want to leave the band. I loved my guys because we were just like a tight knit of guys, and I'm like, and I believe when we talk to these younger cats, and we always tell them like how we used to practice. We used to practice from 12 noon on Saturday, and Carlos's basement, his parents' basement now, from 12 noon to midnight. Nos quedamos cerrados ahí practicing the fuck out of one song sometimes because we wanted to be that perfect.
Yeah.
So it was like exciting to me. Like, oh, I get to learn this, and I got a trombone. I'm like, oh, fuck this. I'm just gonna practice this. Oh, I got the charcheta. I bought a brand new charcheta. I'm gonna learn this. Oh, I got the congas. Let me fucking learn a little salsa, a little cumbia, how to do it. And it just kept doing. Like I had that hunger. And then when it was time to kind of get out songs, I remember I told my guy Ernie, who was playing the tuba, he was the most advanced musician that we had. And I'm like, how do you do segundas on the keyboard? Because he would do the same thing. Oh, I know, but it's like one note, acá, and that's it. I'm like, okay. Can I borrow your keyboard? He's like, yeah. I took out like one song at the house. The trumpets, van ahí, I would write it down. The clarinets van aquí, boom, boom, boom. Primera, tercera, segunda, whatever. Trumpets, everything. And I will give it to the band. I'm like, here's this song. Figure out the rhythm yourselves, but ahí están las notas.
That's badass, bro.
So
That's how I learned from there. And then,
Would you write it down at C bemol or La sharp?
I don't know. I just wrote that, whatever it was.
I
Like
mean,
A, B, C, aquí están.
it sounds like you're like a natural born musician. Like there's people that you just meet that out of nowhere pick up an instrument and bam,
Yeah.
like Celso, he's not a drummer, but
Yeah.
there's times that we've played and hey, Piggy, I see, do this,
Yeah.
and bam, that's what I mean, like a natural born musician. type
Maybe
shit.
that was it. Like I'm saying, because I had the musical background and
You had the
I
instinct.
had the instinct.
Did you start singing right away then too?
No, I was like, I remember I did with when it was still Azteca. I did Tristes Recuerdos. I think that was my first song ever that I sang on my own.
Pero like first, primera.
Yeah. Because
So
I
you're
started,
saying there's
I
a
started doing
recording
this
of you. There's a recording
somewhere.
of you.
My guy Ernie, I'm saying, shout out to my guy Ernie. His
Hey,
his
tag
dad,
his ass on this. I
his
want to hear
dad
this
was one of those
shit.
guys that would record those big ass cameras on the gigs
Hey!
and shit.
The Panasonics.
Yeah. And he has.
I'm pretty sure he has a big ass shoulder.
Yeah. He has a bunch of cassettes still sitting there from like the gigs that we had when we were like 18, 19, 20
No
years old.
way.
And I'm like, man, we have to transfer those into like digital. Man.
DVDs.
And he's
At
like, yeah,
least.
I'm down too.
Those are timeless memories.
We're
Hell
all like
yeah.
fucking 20 pounds lighter.
That's fucking badass.
Hey, I'll help
bro.
you carry the camera, man.
Yeah, so it was gradually everything. Like I did segundas just to help out. Like, oh, let me grab the microphone. I was just curious. Like, I think I could do it. That was always me. Oh, I think I could do this.
Right.
Oh, that's charcheta. I think I could do this. Let me try it out. And it was always that curiosity that just.
So you
made
play
me just-
chacheta for Azteca also?
when Azteca became Nueva Azteca, because that's when we merged Banda Azteca with Banda Villanueva. It was old school banda from back in the day. I think we need a charcheta player. I'm like, I don't know, let me go on it. And charcheta plays
started
usually-
filling in.
Yeah,
Damn.
I had bought my own charcheta. It was like $400.
That's just tiring, bro.
It's tiring, but I mean to
But
me
the
it's
pay is good.
not even that. It's more like to me it was always about learning something new and trying it out, and then like accomplishing a certain thing. like little adornos, the charchetas, like the little tongue thing. Like once I nailed it, I was like, man, I got it.
Ladies.
I don't want to throw it back out there, but yeah. But
No,
yeah.
no, I mean,
Little
honestly,
tongue action.
in like the 30 minutes that we're in, it sounds like your story is just, I could do it. I could do
Yeah.
it. Fuck it. Why not?
That's exactly what it was.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be the theme, the whole story for you. I could do it. Why not?
Yeah. It was back then. I was more like, I think I could do this. Let me try it. Let me fucking try it. And it just kind of paid off.
That's
And-
dope.
Oh, clearly. Hell yeah.
And that's how when I went, when I left Nueva Azteca, I was like in 2004. I was to go back into my art because I would work downtown and I see all these art students with like their big ass bags and their art supplies. I'm like,
Motherfuckers doing galleries. He can
and I was just like, man, I kind of miss drawing.
You watch Blood In, Blood Out and shit. You
He's
wanna,
like, Crucito.
Blood In, Blood Out. You want to be like
I
Crucito?
watched that, yeah.
You want to be like Crucito and shit.
Or who was it?
Without the heroin.
Or La Bamba, where his brother used to be like draw cartoons.
yeah.
He draw Mickey Mouse, no?
Yeah, he drew Mickey Mouse.
Nah, Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm a La Bamba fan, dude. So you went back to the art.
I went back to school. I went to this.
This is what, 2004-ish?
Around 2004-ish.
Okay.
I went after being a musician for like with Azteca for like years. I went to go back to do. I didn't want to go back to art school because
Hold
I'm
on,
like
hold
I
on,
don't want to
hold
be a starving artist. Like I don't want to be like,
Right.
go into that part.
Let me interrupt real quick.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you ever feel like music was an art for you type of thing? Or you
Oh, yeah, of course.
like, no, I'm saying, like, did you ever feel like it wasn't? Because, like, like you said, you've seen people do, galleries and whatnot. Like, when you're drawing with on a stencil or a canvas, that's art.
Yeah.
So did you ever feel like, man, music is an art type of thing?
That's how we felt all my life. Like I never felt it as like a job. It wasn't until like music was always was never a job for me. Like that's why when people ask me now,
So you as a musician, you felt like it wasn't it, yet you've seen other people doing it, and you're like, man, they're doing it type of thing, or no?
as far as like what like what do you mean?
Okay, like
You
you see,
entrado, Piggy. Sorry, man.
No, it's all good.
No, like you see people doing art,
Yeah,
drawing and whatnot, having galleries, all that shit.
Yeah.
Anybody sees them and be like, oh man, they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They're having, their art sessions. I was like, hey, as a musician, because I know we had the stigma
Yeah.
that, hey, get a fucking real job type of thing. Did
Yeah,
you ever
yeah.
feel that? Like,
No, because I think over here, well, of course, in Chicago, it's different. Like it's more like a hobby. Like everybody has their 9 to 5, their jobs, and that's what everybody did. And in the weekend, you look forward to playing with your guys and your family.
The pay was just a little extra,
To me, it was always extra.
It was more of a hobby.
It was a hobby, but it was like a really
Big
passion.
hobby.
It was a passion of me. Like I didn't really care si me pagaban.
Like, you
whatever.
didn't want to like get famous on it, pretty much.
No, there was a time when we want to get famous. I knew there was like a payoff to that, but I didn't want to take it. I'm gonna say too seriously, but I never wanted to get it to like a point where I was like, oh, I need to get paid for this. Like this has to be done. Like
So at the point when you left music for the art, you're like, I don't want to be like, did that getting famous phase like pass already? You're like, all right, I'm gonna.
I don't know what I was thinking. I just knew that art was still my passion. Like I still wanted to get back to drawing. I still wanted to see what I could do with it.
That was like your first passion, se puede decir, no?
Yeah, it was my first passion.
love.
Yeah, it's my first love was drawing, and like people knew me since fucking grade elementary school and knew how to draw. So I'm like, I want to get into
You used
that.
to get people that could say, hey, can you draw me this?
Always.
Yeah.
And at
all
work,
those gangueros and shit.
I worked. When I used to work downtown, there was this guy who was particular in this one gang. I don't want to say any names and shit, but hey,
Say,
shout out.
man, we out here, man.
But I remember I designed I designed his tattoo. And he got it. He got it on him. He used to call him like a clown, whatever. So he's
I
like,
got
hey,
fry on my chest.
He's like, I want this clown to be like really demonic. I want it to be really like scary. He goes, you know how to draw. Do it. All right, cool. So I drew this clown where like the light was coming from the sides, and his face wasn't illuminated, but like had like eyes, and he was like smoking something. So like the light of the smoke was like lighting up a part of his face.
That's badass.
And it was really demonic. He loved it. Like a month later, 2 months later, he was like, hey, he was taking off his shirt at work. He's like, look. And he got it like really big, like on his shoulder.
Oh, shit.
That must be a badass feeling, bro.
It's
To have
great.
like your artwork on somebody's body.
Yeah.
It is, but I mean, if they told you, hey, I don't want this, you know, like,
Well,
how does that make you feel? Like, fuck, you know, you're covering my art.
No, I mean, I didn't do a lot, right? There was another, una morenita que she did 2 of them actually. It was she wanted like a devil girl or a devil chick. And she did it on all of her back, little tramp stamp. And she did another one. She's like, I want another one. Right? She got it on her thigh of her leg. I mean, it's not like I'm doing them. Yeah. People have told me you should do tattoos. I'm like, nah, I'm scared as fuck to do that shit.
Yeah, because that's like permanent, you know?
Exactly, that's permanent.
Are you gonna faint? Are you gonna faint when you see blood? Like, oh shit.
Nah, I'm good with blood and shit.
No, so are you open to that idea? So, I mean, maybe our listeners, hey, they're looking for somebody that's gonna draw them something dope as fuck.
You know what? It's because
you gotta wait 6 weeks.
You gotta wait 6 weeks. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Hey, bro.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for opening that wound. Thanks for opening that wound, right?
Oh man, thanks a lot, piggy.
Let me throw salt in that motherfucker.
Yeah, it was like when I got out of the band, it was kind of easy for me. It was kind of hard, but it was easy because I'm like, I'm returning something that I love. But then I decided to say, well, what if I kind of use it to my advantage? I'm a little artistic, you could say. What if I go into graphic design and help out these bands that don't, you know, I see the American side of like marketing, how they pay attention to like the photos and everything. I'm like, why can't I do that to our Mexican side?
Right.
I'm like, let me try and do graphic design. And the school, they taught me how to do Photoshop, Illustrator. One of my biggest classes that ever taught me a lot of shit was the typography, which is the study of fonts and how that affects a feeling. You know, one font can affect how this whole thing looks, you know. And from there, I was just like, oh shit, this is exciting me.
Where was this at?
This is, I don't know if the school's still around. It was one of those schools that you saw on TV.
Oh,
you come across
Were you watching Mari?
I was watching Mari. It's like one of those hours.
Are you sitting at bed? You watching your life pass you by?
And
hit us up.
And I was just like, that's me.
You're like, are you tired of living paycheck to
I am
paycheck?
watching my life pass me by.
Was it Harrington College of Design, no, right?
No, it was international. Yeah, exactly. It was actually that. It was called
Oscar said the commercial after George Lopez.
It was the International Academy of Design and Technology.
Oh, okay,
It was right in the downtown. That was one of the selling points because I was working downtown anyway.
It was international, but it was just only in Chicago.
Yeah, pretty much. That was exactly it. And I never finished because they were trying to get me to do like all this multimedia shit, like web design. I even knew how to do like sound design. I'm like, I don't know how that shit. I don't care about that shit. I don't care about nothing about web design.
Little did you know that now you're doing that, though, right?
Exactly. Now when I do the walk pod, I'm like, oh, I know how to do this shit.
Ironic as fuck.
Yeah, exactly. I should have a little bit, but they were forcing it on me. And I'm like, I don't want this shit. Like, I don't want web design. That's one thing I fucking hated. Like, fucking web design. Like, I don't want this, and I just quit.
Hold on. I don't want web designing coming from Fry, one of Chicago's goats.
I don't like it. I hate it. That's one thing I never liked. I could be patient and everything else, but I can't be patient with web design and coding and all that bullshit. I'm like, I'm straight. Get the fuck out of here. So after that, it was like, let me use this to help out whatever I learned in the Mexican community, especially the posters. Because the posters were like those 1-3 color, like
green,
fucking
white,
blue,
the rainbow
purple,
color
like,
ones.
rainbow
Yeah.
color ones.
Wasn't it like green, orange, and another
They were
color?
like 1-3 colors, and that was it. Like really cheap.
Green, orange, and red or
Did you
something.
run around and putting the staples and the fucking poles and shit?
Nah,
or
fuck that. We never did that shit.
He's like, I had somebody else to do it.
My job was designing them. Like that's on you. That's all you.
That's
guys
the
do.
grunt work, baby.
And that was where I got the whole designing part of it too. And that was another thing, like Piggy said, it's like the theme where it's like, I don't think I can do this. Let me fucking try this. And the first baile that we did for Aguacate, when Carlos was barely starting with the whole baile shit.
Was that Tupperware?
No.
AKA El Rey?
Tupperware El Rey. No, our first baile was at Islas Marias on the north side. On Grand.
Grand.
For all the old school musicians, they know what a Tupperware is.
Tupperware, yeah. If you know what a Tupperware is, I mean,
You're
it's
old school.
Tupperware now.
If you don't know, your mom does.
It
Your
went back
mom
to-
does.
It went back to being a Tupperware.
Your mom's making miles too.
Bro, little story, that's where me and Miso got drunk for the first time.
Oh, yeah, it was. I remember
I
that.
gotta hear this shit now.
This guy lost his contact.
Yeah, we're crying.
We were like,
Contact?
I can't see how much I love you.
And then we got drunk.
Faustino was driving and he didn't have a contact on. So
We got
like,
drunk on Bud Light.
We're gonna
bro.
get home.
Not a sponsor.
How old were you guys?
Nah.
15?
Oh, shit,
15,
right.
16, around there, right?
Dumbasses.
I was about to say, you want to admit that on camera?
I mean,
You should've been at
21.
home. You should have been at home studying, okay? This is why you're here right now.
Where were your parents?
This was like our first gig, right?
My dad was actually playing the same night.
He was encouraging you, like,
I think
hey,
his dad was after us.
It was the hour next to us.
Yeah, good
Cut.
the good old days.
Cut.
The
It's
good
a
old days.
family-friendly show, assholes.
oh yeah, calling everybody assholes. They're all friendly.
Yeah. All right, you made your first flyer.
yeah.
How did that feel for you? Like, you know, you were able to see it in person, and then it was being posted. I'm assuming MySpace.
No, bro,
Yeah.
picture trail.
Oh, he's
No,
saying,
MySpace.
Do you remember
No,
Picture Trail?
MySpace. No, I never had picture
Bro,
trail.
nobody
Bro,
had
yeah,
picture
that's-
trail.
I think I had a
did.
picture trail.
Get the
Bro,
fuck outta
I
here.
remember because that's where I first seen you guys. And
Bro,
you guys had a picture of individual guys.
This
and
guy-
I remember Carlos' picture said Doughboy.
Oh,
All right,
Right?
all right.
Am I right or what?
Tino.
yeah,
Tino,
I think I remember. Yeah, I
Tino,
remember that.
Hold on.
Bro, he just admitted to
Hey,
it.
hold on. If anybody listening to this, if you had a picture trail, if you can screenshot this, like your own picture, if you could log in, I got you with a $25 gift card to Target.
All right, I'm gonna
If you
tag
could-
people, bro.
No.
And you're gonna owe a lot of fucking money.
No, the very first person that could actually screenshot
They don't
this.
think picture trail existed, bro.
Oh, I remember picture trail.
no,
You remember
yeah,
Chalino?
No, I know
Yeah,
it
remember-
did.
oh, I was about to say,
Chalino.
if people
Tino.
remember what Chalino.com was,
Mi gente.
oh, my God.
Bro, they're 1995, bro.
Yeah. No, they don't know
They
about
don't know
that
anything
shit.
about
They
that.
don't know about that shit.
Nobody listening to this had this. So the very first person that will screenshot this and send
gonna
it to
tag people.
and send it to the Calentanos Facebook page. If you could send me the
Or their
screenshot
MySpace page.
of you logged in, I'll send
I
you
don't
$25.
think it exists no more.
I don't think it exists
It
anymore.
doesn't exist
bro.
anymore. It's like what? Chalino's been gone for years already. Mi
Yeah,
gente
you
was
were like in
We're talking
diapers.
about like, how old are you now? Yeah, exactly. The same age. The same age.
Yeah, that website's probably been gone
probably
as long as you've been alive.
Nobody had your fucking
What
social
was in
media.
this shit, man? Guys, bro.
What did Fry bring? Because he,
I brought a little.
This episode is sponsored by Fry.
By Bola
Sponsored.
Cola. No. Hey, that's Bola Cola, baby.
A little present to the Calentanos is straight mezcal, is straight from
What
the
is it?
motherland.
What's in there? What's in there?
Mezcal? I don't know what's in there. Mezcal.
If your,
Oscar, you want to take a shot of
Quetzalapa
that?
Guerrero.
your parents usually bring this in from Mexico in a water bottle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oscar, you want to try
we
it?
had to bust out the nice
That's actually pretty good. I'm gonna try it again.
the nice Montel.
Misael liked this at the beginning.
Shout out to Misa and
Tomorrow he's gonna be like, "Hey, Celso, was I drunk last night?" I'm like, "Nah, bro, you good."
Can I check the video first and shit?
Don't post it.
That's badass, bro. So
Shout out
you
to
left
Little Piggy. This is the guy that looks up to you.
Saludos,
really?
saludos para Oscar, Edgar's brother. He's
Oscar?
here too. The audience.
The guy that looks up to you.
Nice.
It smells like thinner, like paint thinner, man. Then just drink it.
That's some good shit.
Drink it, bitch.
That's some good shit right there. So you,
Damn, Fry, he even has your glasses and everything and shit.
Yeah.
he copied your glasses and stuff.
Hey, stand behind me.
Come around, man. Come and say hi.
Stand
Yeah.
behind Misa.
Come
Stand
on
behind
through.
Misa.
Saludos. My name is Oscar. I'm Edgar's little brother. Nice to meet y'all. Saludos.
He looks like Fry.
He's a big Fry fan.
needs to
Fry,
work on- needs to work
where
on
were
this.
you in 1996 in a summer day?
1996.
No,
I was in junior year of high school.
Oh, okay.
I was born in 2000.
Oh.
So he's like, I was
wait.
still sperm.
He was a thought in his head, back his head and shit.
Damn, Fry, where were you in 2000 then? You were at
20
Mexico,
I
were
was
you at
20.
Mexico Moderno or something?
No. Oh, yeah.
Ah.
No.
Oh.
We were playing, if
you
I was
at,
20 years
Guerrero
old,
baile?
we were probably playing El Sinaloense
Damn, bro.
or El Boston, if people
I
remember
heard
Boston.
back in those days, El Sinaloense
Boston.
was like the spot to be back in.
Oh, that was a spot for
Yeah?
like, yeah.
What was this spot on
El Boston, I got my ass whooped once.
El Boston?
Culos. Hell yeah, bro.
Nah.
That's not-
Upstairs or downstairs?
I was
That's a
downstairs,
little-
trying to go upstairs.
Oh, shit.
Is that a little village?
That's
Little Pillage. That's right in the heart of Little
Hood?
Pillage.
Like, that's hard.
Ahí en San Luis.
You don't go in
yeah.
there without
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
checked?
What was the one? Casino
Oh, yeah.
Tropical? The one on 26?
Where was
Yeah, it's on
That's more
27.
by the mall.
Where was the mother
Yeah,
of
that's by this
Soros
come
at?
out. Huh?
I remember that
Mother
one.
of Soros.
Oh, crap.
Was that
That was North Side. No, was it?
No. Was that in the South Side too? Mother of Soros? Yeah, bro.
Mother of Sorrows. That was.
You ever played El Dorado?
You remember Dorado on North Avenue and North Avenue and like between California and Western?
No.
It was
I
on the
don't
second
remember
floor.
that. No, I don't remember that
I
one.
guess that was a North Side thing.
Yeah, probably wasn't North Side.
'Cause ahí empezó like Montes and all those bands back in the day.
Or I still remember. What was that one on the by Archer?
Providencia?
No. That
Providencia, that
Juan
was an
Contreras,
80s
Juan
shit,
Contreras used to do bailes there.
La Casa de Juan Contreras?
Oh, that was San Pio. My bad.
Pío.
No. It was like an Archer over there by
Epstein?
by near like Hodgkins over there.
Oh, La Casa.
La Casa de Juan
Casa
Contreras.
Juan-
In Willowbrook.
Yeah.
Willowbrook.
Willowbrook,
That's how
yeah.
you remember Willowbrook.
No, this
remember
is way before that, bro. We're talking
Oh,
about
really?
2003.
Oh shit.
It's like Providencia days, Dorado days.
Maybe Providencia. I remember that.
Do you remember that hall? They used to be like on Belmont and like Central que hacían bailes en un basement de un bowling alley?
No.
All the
I don't think
banda.
we
I
ever
remember
played
seeing
that
Villanueva there a couple of times.
one. Maybe we have, but that's one of the places I hardly remember.
It was like Belmont and Central around there. In the basement, remember? No? Damn. You guys
You
don't
are
have...
fucking old.
Anyways,
These white hairs, you know?
anyways.
No están de adorno.
I became a musician like during high school,
What years was that?
2000s.
Okay.
Pero ya andaba en la musicada, pero no era músico.
We all
Pero
kind
andaba
of
en la
graduated
musicada.
around the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
In 03.
So you guys are all the same age pretty much then?
Yeah.
I'm the youngest.
Nah, he's the
They
oldest.
are.
I'm the youngest.
Fry, they are, all right? They, you know.
He didn't finish
Some
high
of us
school.
are
It's
still
okay.
young. Some of us are still young.
Some of them are still trying to finish high school.
Damn!
Damn,
That's
shots
his
fired.
excuse. That's his excuse to get out of the band. I gotta go back to school.
Aspira, here I come.
Aspira accepted me. I'm going back to school, bro.
Mom, aquí ando con Don Chencho Delgado.
Since I know him, Piggy, he's been in school every time we talk.
Bro, like, oh, I'm going back to school, bro. I'm like, all right, cool.
Trying to go to college, baby. Shit.
Hell yeah.
This guy's supposed to be, what, like 35 already? How old are you?
Been trying to be 35 for like the past couple.
That's badass, bro.
I'm just kidding, man.
Anyways,
Go to school, man.
Fry, what's up? Yeah. Back to Fry.
Shots fired. Let's go.
Fucking asshole.
So you went to a designer school and then like, so what happened there? Like, did you get a job in the actual field or
like
you
I'm
like
saying,
fuck it, I'm gonna go back to music?
No,
I miss Sinaloense at 3 a.m.
no, I didn't even miss that shit. But
Hold on. A good subject that I want to touch on.
okay.
Besides Misa. What school worth it for you?
What do you mean? As far as like the art
Like,
school?
did they teach you the right tools that you needed? Or where did you pick up your skills?
You wouldn't be
I
doing
picked up the skills to like Photoshop, and it was actually that school that taught me. It was a Photoshop teacher.
You want to give a shout out to the teacher or the
I
school?
don't even remember his name.
Nah.
I don't really give a shit. I don't really give a shit about that school. So
Mr. Smith.
yeah, I'll call him Mr. Smith. But it was my Photoshop teacher that put it into perspective. Like my I think it was my second year, third year there.
You're like, whoa.
Yeah, it was like one of those things. It was like,
Second, third year. How many years did you go?
I was like 2.5 because I think I went like
So
like
two and a
third year.
half. How did you go to third? I don't get this, man. The math
It's
ain't
the 2.5
adding up,
because I'm
baby.
like the halfway my third year. I was supposed to get my associates and I quit before I got my associates
Why'd you quit?
because
Hold on.
found out-
I can answer that. He said second and third. Man, associate takes you 2 years. Fuck, dude's going to school for 3 years. Come on, man.
well, yeah, because I mean there was a lot of requirements and then it wasn't an accredited school. Like I found out it wasn't
shit.
accredited.
Come down Westwood College.
Yeah. So I was like, nah, pa' que chingados. And I
Pero
remember my
there was a
Photoshop teacher.
Oh, hold on. Tino, say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
No, we're gonna get sued.
Say it again. No, say it again. Calm down. Who?
Westwood College
There you go.
in the Bry.
Fuck him.
Damn, somebody got money stolen from them.
Like
Somebody owes money.
Somebody owes some government.
Y'all better
money.
pay. Anyways,
accredited school, like he was asking as far as like it's not like of course all these schools on TV were like oh you get a job right after you graduate. A lot of people were coming back to like that's fucking bullshit. Like I didn't get shit. Like it wasn't that accredited. It wasn't that didn't have that much value.
Kind of like me when I went to LTI.
What's the LTI?
Lincoln Technical.
Lincoln
We went
Tech.
to LTA. We got a
Yeah, I
job.
went there too, baby.
I got a
You
job.
went to the wrong fucking side. You were a grease monkey, bro.
I was a mechanic.
I got a job with.
We got a job.
We're victims of that school.
Not us. We went to Lincoln Tech and we got a job.
I was really good compared to all those fucking marihuanos that
I
were
didn't
in
go
there.
to my graduation, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, bro, I used to be pissed as fuck because like I used to pass my classes, but somehow
You had all the stars, pretty well.
yeah, somehow the fucking marihuanos will like, dude, they were like, I'm calling them marijuana.
Bro, let's talk about it, bro.
No, they were fucking smiling in the class.
Yeah.
They were getting higher scores than I was. I'm like, I need to smoke some of this shit they're smoking.
Did you know that everybody cheated? Like everybody had the answers for all the tests. You know that?
Yeah.
No. I legit took my test like bien.
You're being honorable. Like, I'm gonna do it myself.
I could.
No drugs or anything. I'm gonna do it.
Celso was a shitty cheater.
You could buy the
he
answers.
cheated and he still got the wrong answer.
Hey, you could buy the answers.
He
for
bought
like
the best
$5.
calculator and shit. He bought the $200.
I was really good at it. You know, like, yeah. I just never went back.
Me, mi
Yeah,
compa.
yeah.
On
we
my
used to
last
go.
month to graduate.
Oh, shit.
I never went back. I was like, man, fuck this school.
Me, mi compa, when we did the 6 months, bro. We did the 6 months, me, mi compa. We used to fall asleep on the way there too, bro.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
You know what's funny? He's
Surprised
asking
you gotta
about.
fall asleep in the podcast.
You know what's funny? When he's talking about the stars way. He used to get stars for like perfect attendance.
Remember that shit or no? You guys get it?
This nigga with stars. Hey, hold on. So you know the funny part was that Facino used to pick me up to go to school, right? And somehow I always got late, but it's like, wait, he never, like, yeah, he had all the
He had all
stars,
stars?
for perfect attendance. I'm like, how?
Well,
We got there.
overachiever.
We got there at the same time. You know?
He would take me some stars.
Bro,
I'll
when
take his.
When
I'll
you
take it, don't worry
when
about
your
it.
craft mix up for it, you know.
Tino had better grades than me, slash.
No, but yeah, for real, you were able to buy the answers for all the tests there. Wait.
Tino
You gonna buy
sucking
them?
dick for A's.
Bro. They didn't give us A's. They gave us numbers, no?
They gave us numbers.
Bro. But yeah, like, no, honestly, like, yo, but he could thanks to Lincoln Tech, I am where I'm at.
Fuck Lincoln.
Same thing for me because
Thank you, Lincoln
So
Tech. Changed
we
my
agree,
life.
right? Fuck
Lincoln
Lincoln
Tech.
Tech.
you know what?
Just because you guys were grease monkeys, you know, and you know,
I really like what I
you
did.
didn't go
Like,
past
I was
Jiffy
really
Lube.
good. I was
Yeah,
really
it's
good
not
at
our
it.
fault.
I'm an accomplished painter. Fuck Lincoln Tech. Don't fucking go.
I'm
there.
an accomplished
Look
boss.
At this video. Look at this fucking video. Fuck Lincoln Tech. Hate that place.
Damn.
We were chest, bro.
We
I
triggered
hate-
something over there.
I hate Lincoln Tech as much as Tino hates Georgia. And if you're a follower of the
Wow.
pod,
Fuck Georgia.
Bro.
We open up here. What the fuck?
What do you hate, Fry?
Price like,
Not Georgia or Lincoln Tech.
not Georgia.
Tino hates Georgia for some fucking reason.
I hate it, bro. Bad experiences.
Hey,
I love-
Georgia?
Fry,
no.
Fry,
I love
Fry's
Ray
like,
Charles, though.
fuck Jesse,
Ray
because he
Charles.
kicked me out.
According to the Instagram post.
Wow.
Fuck Jesse.
Fuck Jesse.
We love you, Jesse.
I'm just
kidding,
kidding,
Jesse.
Puro Jalisco, Ria Ponzi.
Yeah, puro Ponzi.
Yeah, he was trying to buy me a beer, and I was like, I'm
the
not drinking,
Silver
bro.
Fox, baby.
Oh, yeah, the Silver Fox. I love it.
It's that beard. That beard does it.
I'm fucking hot.
Anyways, we derailed like a motherfucker.
So you went to the school.
You went to an ancient school.
I
What's
went to
up?
the lame ass
Continue.
school. Oh, one thing I was gonna say, like as far as when it came to what made me change was my one teacher, because I think it's the same thing where like I always kind of see it as same thing as music when it came to the artwork, right? One teacher was like, he's like, I'm not supposed to tell you guys this. He goes, but because there was a lot of it sold a lot of lies.
School. And then they touch you in the wrong parts.
Yes.
I ain't supposed to do this, but hey.
You know, it sold a lot of lies because I still see it where they're like, oh, become a graphic designer. But like, they don't teach you how to be a graphic designer. They teach you how to use the tools.
They teach you how to learn.
Like, anybody could, like you say, it's like saying anybody could be a musician. I could teach you how to play the trumpet. I could teach you how to play this, but it's unto a certain point. How good you get or how bad you get,
pues,
right?
ahí depende ya de...
Espérame. A school can teach you how to learn and play notes, but a school's
Yeah,
not going
exactly.
to teach you how to give you el sabor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that Photoshop teacher was like, look, you can get A's and straight A's in all of this school
Yeah.
and suck. And your artwork is like mediocre. And that's when YouTube was coming up and he was like, here's a kid who's probably like 17 or 18, barely legal, and he's learning off of YouTube how to be a designer, and he's learning all this shit, and he's way better at it.
Yeah.
You guys go for the same position at a graphic design, place. He's like, who do you think they're gonna pick? And like, the fucking guy who knows better design.
Yeah.
He's like, and after that, I was like, that's some bullshit. Like this school's bullshit. Like, no, I gotta get the fuck out.
No, that's what I'm saying.
What year?
Huh?
What year was this?
Had to be like 2006.
Yeah, early YouTube.
You're like
was really-
fucking Mario in his commercials.
Yeah. Fucking
You are not the
stupid ass
father.
commercials. And when I tried to change majors, they told me it was a breach of contract, so they had to like redo a contract, and my tuition went higher.
Oh.
Fuck
Yeah,
these
start over.
schools. Fuck these for-profit schools.
So that's why I was like,
Fuck it,
nah. I'm
man.
like, I don't want to do it.
Somebody
wanted
has some
to-
anger.
All right, Piggy.
We heard you on the 50th
We heard you
time.
5 minutes ago.
I owe him.
Yeah.
I owe him like 24 grand. Fuck.
There you go.
I thought
I just finished
paid mine
paying off.
a couple years ago.
Yeah, me too.
yeah, me too.
I don't want to admit it,
Well,
but I
y'all
never
got
paid shit.
finessed.
That's who-
My shit went to collections.
He's like, oh, it's on credit hold.
yeah. They're holding still.
Right, got a car and a house. He good.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck Lincoln Tech.
That's the title of the show today. Fuck Lincoln Tech. And then after that, that's when I'm like, you know what? Fuck this.
I'll go back.
I know how to do Photoshop. Let me just go back. I was gonna do that. I was gonna do graphic design. I'm like, let me see what I can.
Hold on,
And I still had a job though. I'm like, let me do it on the side.
Time out. So you learned the basics.
I learned the basics.
Referee.
Basics.
Basics.
Where did you pick up the rest?
YouTube and just internet.
Early as YouTube.
On the
Early as
field,
YouTube.
bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, get on the mic. Get on the mic because they can't hear you.
Damn, we got two
Yeah.
piggies now. Fuck.
Better be a good question if he has to get up.
What's that in your hand for all the kids that are watching us?
Churrillo.
Is that a caramel?
Oregano. It's
Oregano.
oregano.
Yeah.
Is that a caramel churro?
What was your question?
What made you want to be like, you know what? I'm taking, profession out of this. I'm taking, extreme lead to this. What made you want to be like, I want to make this my job. I want to make this my career. I want to make this step forward. What made you want to, take that leap forward?
Can we switch piggies? This one's more quieter.
Yeah.
This one's more quieter.
No, I get you. Like, what made me push it into get into to an actual profession?
Yeah, because, digital media,
Yeah.
it's
Salud,
frowned
bro.
upon. Digital media is frowned upon, and they always tell you, you gotta start from the very bottom. You gotta do this and then this and that. You're not gonna make enough, in the real world, which is why they tend to push that thing to the side.
Yeah.
Pero what made you want to overcome that? What made you want to just be like, you know what? It don't matter what the fuck they're saying.
Yeah.
It don't matter. I'm gonna be doing this for me and just me. What made you want to, do that?
You know what? It wasn't anything like. It wasn't anything that I could say that I was pushing myself to that point.
Yeah.
I was actually pushed into it because I was working downtown at the Chicago Board of Trade for like 10 years
Were you compadre?
with my compadre Carlos.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
What you mean, your compadre?
my compadre Carlos from El Guacpas. Shout out to my compadre.
I can see you don't watch El Guacpad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we worked the 10 years
For the
there.
brand new viewers,
So I was doing a little bit of like, I did like, I think Banda Real's first logo.
She was badass.
Thank you very much. And I did, I was fucking around with it with the end of Azteca, Nova Azteca. I was doing like their logos and everything.
Do you remember when you did Frecuencia's card?
I remember that.
I actually have one.
I wanted to do you guys' logo.
And like a whole
I
business
like
card.
it.
You can still redo it. We're
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
put it.
redo it.
We're gonna put it on. We're
did
trying to
it?
put it on iTunes and all that.
Oh, okay.
Who did it? Who did the
Mi
logo?
compa Moy.
Oh.
Oh, my shout out my compa Moy, man. He
So
actually-
you didn't like it, Fry, right?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it for my stuff.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, it was my idea with the whole like frequencies, and then we had a really good like partnership con Bene.
Okay.
So that's where you put like 107 point
Ah,
the punto nueve there.
Hidden this or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and thanks to
That's
her.
in it? That was your idea?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
That was one of the first times that you put it on. That was one of the first times that you put it on a business card.
No, I designed the business card. Took their picture, they did the background, and then I added all the information.
The good old
Remember
days.
that? Frecuencia, yeah.
Okay.
But to go back to that, I was pushed. I don't want to say pushed into it, right? But I was messing around with it until like our company went down. Like I had no other choice. The company
When you
went down.
were working downtown?
I was working downtown. So I was doing like stuff on the side. I did a couple posters for Aguacate.
Was it like Wolf of Wall Street and shit kind of going on?
I had that vibe.
Yeah.
There was a lot of crazy shit. It was a lot of
you
no
were-
cocaine. No cocaine.
You were stressed.
I love that movie, so I know what that movie's about.
Sorry, bro. You just had to bring it up.
No. A lot of people think it's like that. It was different, but that's probably the New York side. but
Let's
Chicago
party.
side- Huh?
Let's party.
Let's party. There was no party on my
No-
side.
no strippers?
I wasn't
Let's
cool enough to be invited to those parties. and
Was
shit.
it jerk free?
You had to have both those money. You had to have money to get those fucking.
He said,
parties.
"I wish I was in the
Hell
party."
yeah. So when the company went down, I had moved in with my compadre Gus, and he had like an extra room. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take advantage of unemployment. I'm like, fucking, let me just take advantage of that. Let me do a couple of posters. And Carlos, my compadre Carlos, was the one that pushed me. He's like, hey, if you could do like, I was charging like $60 like a poster. If you could do this many posters a week, this is this much. And right now, just to get started.
He made the math for you.
He made the math for me. It made it easier for me. I was like, you know what? I could
That's
probably
money.
fucking do this. Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, I'm like, you're right. So I was like, all right, had my computer. I started doing it. And it never got to me like that what he had said about like the stigma of like graphic designers and everything. It was like other people, I kind of see it. I kind of still see it a little bit like,
Competition, kind of.
nah, not competition, as far as like some people don't see it as how important it is.
Right. No, it is.
Yeah.
It is, definitely.
It is definitely. And that's my mentality when I went through it. I'm like, people don't know how important this is for a band.
You know what's
Especially
funny?
here in Chicago. Like it was,
You know what I'm saying? You know what's funny that I think I got used to like your flyers.
yeah.
There's bailes like I don't want to put like big promotion companies out there.
Yeah.
But there's posters that come
Fucking
out.
drunk.
I
There's posters that
Piggy
come
better. He's
out,
quiet.
Yeah.
and it's like, what the fuck? They got these big bands coming out, and it's like, se ve todo cheap, you know?
I remember when I started, people were telling me like in the first couple of years, like, oh, we already know that's Fries. We already know that's him. Because I would pay more attention to detail.
Es que luego se vio la evolución, like you said. Like I remember those back in the day posters. It was a white ass poster, but then in purple, blues, and all
Picture
that.
taken with a
Yeah,
fucking
y,
Polaroid
like
and
it was
shit.
just like like chopped and like todo bien. But then you started coming in because like I noticed that like the la transición,
Yeah.
and I was like, damn, like sí se ve como que pinche baile está bien chaca, type of
Yeah.
shit. Like quiero ir a ver el pinche baile
Yeah,
este,
that was
like,
my-
porque el poster lo hace ver así.
That
You
was
gave
my,
me like a theme for bailes.
Right.
Yeah, I remember-
And back
it was
in the
just
day, the
put
chaca
them-
shit was in.
Yeah,
Aggressive. It
exactly.
So
was
you see the
aggressive.
bands and then you see the flyer, it, like, I'm like, man, como que el güey que hizo el pinche flyer, como que es chaca también, güey.
Yeah,
Te va a
yeah.
matar ese puto, like, type of shit. Like,
yeah.
everything bound
Like, you feel
together.
like he had a pechera on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he was doing it.
I
Like, yo te imaginaba con una pechera aquí, güey.
listening to this fucking corridos all fucking chopping heads and shit. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
con
skinhead
cuerno
como
de
comando
chango. They were like, damn, this motherfucker, like, está perro este güey.
I remember we did a
Estas
baile,
cosas de perico a la de consumir el güey.
little side, my little lines right next to those mouths and shit. Let me take a boom. Fuck you guys. I remember
Fucking tech, no?
fuck Lincoln Tech.
Bro,
I
Lincoln
went
Tech
to-
was good to me.
It was good to me too, man.
Very good.
I remember I did a flyer for it was like an anti Valentine's Day. It was a baile at El Rey, but it was like a song. It was Amor something, but it was like a real. It was from Regulo Caro, but it was like really chaca. So I did this like badass little title of the title, whatever, and it had like a heart, but it had bullet holes coming in and like bucket smoke, and it was really detailed. I was really proud of it. And Carlos still remembers that one. He's like, I remember fucking that one was badass. And that was a good baile because people kind
You're
of noticed
saved.
it.
¿Todo eso lo tienes guardado?
I have all my posters
Badass,
if I,
bro.
like saved. Yeah.
How many you say que tendrás?
Posters?
Ajá.
Oh, man.
How many terabytes?
Oh, I mean, I just feel, I feel, all my work right now, I feel like a 2 terabyte thing. But that's like with band pictures and everything.
Oh, okay.
I would say for like, as far as posters, counting not even just aguacate, because I did, of course, everything aguacate. But then when it started going to like, shout out to my guys, Ocho Segundos, Cultura, Plebada, I started doing theirs for like years. I still have the folders and I actually organized them through years.
Oh, okay.
But like Ocho Segundos, I started like in 2000.
Do you go back and reference everything? Like, oh, let me see what I used to do to them.
No.
And let me bring it. Oh, it's everything fresh.
Everything has to be fresh to me now.
Oh, hell
'Cause
yeah.
I look at my old shit, I was like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, why did I do this? And I'm like, no, this fucking sucks. Boom, make
What
it
was
out
I
of here.
smoking then?
Yeah, but I wasn't even smoking. That's probably why. I was like, I need to be smoking.
cocaína, primo.
Put me somewhere else. And I was like, nah, I should have been smoking for this one. Like,
Give me
nah.
this
Were
dry
you on
wall.
shrooms?
I think I did shrooms once. But
We went to con puros compas. We were really excited. It never happened though.
I don't know about the shrooms. You got to go back. and
El
try.
primo was like super excited. He's like, hell yeah.
I wasn't super
He
excited.
was all
but I
worked
like,
up,
fuck
bro.
it. Le digo, ¿cuántas horas dura? Porque no quiero llegar a la casa así. They're like, oh, it's just 3-4 hours. I'm like, all right, that's enough. That's enough. I'll do it. But then it's just marihuanos.
Nothing happened. Se acabaron. They made some pizza or something.
Well, you know they're gonna do that. Los hongueros de Culiacán.
Oh, I think about the toad.
I heard that one.
Yeah.
I heard that one.
We're excited about the toad.
I was really excited about the cuando habló what's his name, the accordion player, Marito. Yeah, about
The
the
DMT.
Oh, the
yeah,
DMT.
dude. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, that sounds dope. Like going into another dimension type of shit.
That day I remember
It's
we
so
had-
interesting to me.
I was very
Would you try it?
Hold on.
No?
Fry, you ever done some shit
back.
like that?
Oh, shit.
Like,
What?
Oh shit, you're back.
I kind of just asked him that, but it's okay.
no, see, like you ever like try to put yourself in a different zone? Like you as an artist, you know?
Yeah.
You ever put yourself in a different zone? Like
As far
either
as-
getting drunk, high, or sea lo que
beer-
sea,
beer
just
as
to
a-
like come up with some new shit.
Beer just to kind of relax me, but I kind of stay away from weed just because it makes me sleepy.
Ah.
And like if it depends on the strand, whatever, I'll
Oye,
get sleepy.
con
And I was like,
sueño no tiene daño, eh? Just
but I mean, I never really trusted it.
Yeah.
I could trust it, but if I were making my own shit,
Right.
most of my of course 99% is for other people, so I don't want to. If it was my own designs for something that I'm doing, like for instance my logo that took me like years to fucking come up with the concept.
That's badass logo, bro.
That's
Thank you for the shirts, though.
I got you guys. You got a printer machine, so I got you guys.
Hey, we're gonna ask you about that, but down the line, like in 15-20 minutes. Hold up.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay.
Damn, Martin. Martin. You reminded me of Martin. Remember Martin?
Oh, fucking legend. Yeah, I remember the show.
That's badass though, bro. So right now, like, how many like promotion companies you work with? Like,
Not many, because I know, you know what?
is it mostly like in-house or what? I
Of
mean,
course,
in-house
of
is
course,
mostly
like
like
I always, like I'm saying, the guys I shouted out before, like, they still use me here and there, not as much.
Hay otro güey, lo vamos a matar. Si no es de
I
Guerrero, lo
mean,
matamos.
It'll be a little bit more money for
Hey,
me,
hey.
so.
Aquí los calentanos, we got machetes
Oh shit!
around the house,
Why don't
baby.
you have a machete like hanging around here? Dude?
Yeah, we are. It's in the works.
The fucking the fucking they stopped us. They told us that we can't do it. You know?
Lame.
The
Lame.
TSA took it out.
The FCC, they say, hey, you guys can't do it. You know.
we're a family-oriented show here, guys.
Yeah, but it depends
Liquor.
where you're gonna
No
watch.
drugs.
Liquor.
We're family oriented, but Piggy said fuck. people.
Like 20 times
Fuck who
in an hour.
I gotta beep a lot of shit out.
MTV, MTV, baby, MTV.
We gotta ask Fry how to help us edit. Because I heard he's very good at editing. About this one circumstance that happened when mi compadre was on the show. Mi compadre Miso when he.
Well, did you? With Saxteño.
Oh,
So we need your
had
help.
a-
What do you do?
I had to edit a little part where somebody
Had a little too much.
had a little too much and
there you go.
kind of fell over a little bit. And
That motherfucker went from today to tomorrow, right?
Yeah, one of our guys, he kind of fainted.
yeah, and I had to.
Ooh.
I don't want to say how they.
Nah, this ain't TMZ, nigga.
Bro,
This
but-
ain't TMZ, nigga. Dude, well, today on TMZ, Saxteño fell. Fuck out of here.
With the guac pot, that was
night.
with the guac pot, that was another thing where it was just like I never did video editing except when I was in school. And I learned a little bit of Adobe Premiere, but it was more like, okay, let's do this podcast. I want to do a video. I was the one that brought up the video. My compadre was like, let's just do audio. I'm like, nah, but YouTube, you can get monetized. Let's just do a video. All right, who's gonna edit it? Fuck it, I'll try it. Let me do this shit. And I knew a little bit
That
of
was the
editing.
first time you're doing video editing. Yeah.
That was my first time. I did like how the intro went. I knew how to fucking I knew just a little bit from the like one class that I had in school. And after that, I was like, let me just learn YouTube. But I thought todo.
Did you come up
I
with
had
the? Did you come up with the sound on the beginning? The ting, ting, ting,
No,
ting, ting,
shout out
ting?
to DJ Quality.
Did
He
they-
had that song already.
Where they from? Where they from?
A DJ? He's from here, Chicago. We give him credit on the Wackpad description
Okay.
all the time because it's a great song and he had it.
It's catchy.
It's catchy.
Oh,
Very
And
catchy.
it's from
It's
the original
iconic for
song.
you guys. It's iconic for you
The
guys.
original song is a corrido and it's way different.
Oh, it is.
It's a sample from a song.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah. And he
So he
slowed it
does-
down. He slowed it down and made it a
He
sample. Like,
produces?
yeah, he produces a little bit.
Shout out to the dude, man.
Shout out DJ Quality, and I'm gonna hit him up.
Fucking hot, dude.
Yeah, he's
Ding,
good.
it
was a hot-ass
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
theme
like
song.
that. Yeah, igualito, güey.
It was when we heard it, we just automatically thought like, damn, we haven't heard that much like.
And he's a drummer.
dynamics.
They don't got drums. They don't got drums. What do you want me to do?
It's a beat.
You want me to sing it? Like your shitty ass voice?
Who did that one on the Con Puros Compas? Who sang it? Is that Bart?
Art, what do you mean?
On the Con Puros Compas, you know how they use it as their outro, like but the boys one. Somebody does it with their mouth. And
I haven't even seen that. I don't know that.
Ah,
deep.
wow.
No. I didn't know there was an outro.
Saludos a su
'Cause
compadre.
the intro, I know we use the same guy.
Yeah.
That is it, but I don't know about the.
But the outro is a pakam, paka, paka,
Somebody did it with their
like,
mouth.
yeah.
Oh, that's my guy Javier.
Okay.
I recorded him doing
Sure.
it. That's my compadre.
That was from the.
We used that on the Guacpod.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used that on the Guac. Originally, we used that on the Guacpod for the Viejones episode.
Yeah, that's where I heard it first, and then I started hearing it in Con Puros Compas.
He was
I
your
didn't know
tuba
they used
player,
it on
no?
that one. Huh?
That was your Tua player, no?
That was our old two player. I recorded him
Bald
singing
one?
it. Huh?
The bald one?
The bald one.
Okay.
He's a great fucking musician. And then one time he was like, before we started, like he was doing it on the microphone. So I took it and I recorded it. And we like, I'm going to use this for the Viejones one.
That's fucking badass, bro.
And then we used that. I don't know if you used it for the outro. My bad. I don't listen to the whole thing. But
He's like,
sorry,
Shout
compa.
out to his own creation.
skip.
I don't have anything to do with the Puros Compas though.
Oh, you don't?
I don't do any editing. That's my guy Jose.
We used the
Jose
logo.
and the sound.
We used their logo and stuff.
I did their logo, of course, but I don't do their anything as far as editing with them.
So out of all the, we kind of hopped around. Like out of all the logos you have done, which was the one that you felt like had the most reach? Like I guess you've seen that more, or was it something that it wasn't even a band? Like I know some designers do like some company logos, you know, like something like that. Like
You go outside the band scene, right? You
I
go
do. I do company.
You do
logos.
commercial stuff too,
I
right?
do commercial stuff, company logos, shout out to all of you.
headshots.
Headshots I've done. Shout out to my guy Zeke
Call of Duty.
Gesiel from used to be Escuela de Rancho.
Toxis.
Los
Rancho
Toxis.
Jesse.
He's gonna start his own State Farm office.
Oh, okay.
So I took some headshots. Shout out to también Enrique Mena. I did his headshots when he was Arroyero.
De Guerrero, la
De
ciudad
Morelos.
de Tabacán.
He
Saludos.
did, when he was working for
Farmers.
Farmers.
Not a
Did his
sponsor.
headshots. But I do all commercial stuff.
Oh, that's
you know,
cool,
for,
that's
for
cool.
companies and everything.
So, anybody que digas, oh shit, they became famous and they're using my art now. Locally,
Yeah.
even it could be locally.
To be honest, well, I mean, like the bigger names here, when I had Viento, you know, they reached out like, oh, let me do their logo. Came out, now they're still using it. Edoes, when they reached out to like one of the
Oh,
big bands,
Edoes is yours?
I think,
Edoes
I
is
think
mine
that's when
now.
I think that's when I joined, because I remember before I joined, they had the one with the big old state of Guanajuato.
Yes.
And then
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember they had you like redo it at that time.
Yeah. And I think one of my proudest, you could say, because I did it by hand, was the Banda Real one.
That was better.
Banda Real was all hand. Like I was working on it for weeks.
It was perfect for the era, the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, for the time. Yeah.
Salió y like it was fat, like
Yeah, that was when we used the fat letters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get the ¿cómo se puede decir? Like did you kind of like base it off the Nueva Azteca one?
No, because Nova Azteca I did like, when I was drawing it at that point
did
with
the
no
one that made
computer.
Henry?
I did like a
I was
pyramid.
high as hell.
I did like I remember how we did it because it was a pyramid of Azteca or whatever.
Right.
And then I remember I did another one when it was Nueva Azteca. And it was my guy Javi, the tuba player from Viejones. He's like, hey, I want something like fucking retro. Like at that point, Austin Powers was coming out.
Yeah.
Right,
I want
right.
Austin
Yeah.
Powers
Oh,
looking
okay.
at-
Yeah.
And I did that when I started learning like Illustrator. And I did it and they used that for a while. And that's when after that, Azteca, when I came after doing school and I joined Banda Real, I'm like, let me use the same thing. It was kind of same style, but like if you seen the logo of Banda Real, like the little points,
Yes.
has like little circles and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. I kind of wanted to say it was more like because it was Durango. I kind of wanted to not say make fun of people. They had a scorpion, like everything Durango has, like the,
Yeah,
the
the tails.
The tails. That's
Uh-huh.
what my reference was.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
the
Round,
tails.
but it has like an old English.
Yeah, it had like an
style.
old English
También,
style,
yeah,
but like
yeah, yeah.
all the little swirls were like for me were like
Uh-huh.
alacran tails.
Ah, nice.
So,
Okay.
Or like
Toda la gente
abstract
de Durango.
alacran tails without putting an actual alacran on there
Right,
and saying Durango.
right,
You know?
right.
That was my take on it. And that was like one of my proudest like logos.
It was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. It was pretty dope. Y como te digo, cuando vi el even because I bought a CD de ustedes.
Okay.
So I saw the whole
Bootleg.
artwork
Bootleg.
inside.
Hey, it works.
You know? I saw the whole artwork in it también.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, like this guy was so fucking fresh. And then you guys had the Ed Hardys and all that
Oh,
shit.
yeah, that was,
So I thought it was fucking dope.
The artwork there, that's where it kind of inspired me to do the photography. Because I didn't do I didn't do the artwork for that one. I did just the logo, and I forgot his name. I'm sorry to say this. Can't remember his name, but he did all the artwork.
Saludos, though.
And I actually reached out to him because I'm like, hey, can I take the pictures? I'm like, can I get the pictures? He was a little iffy about it, but he sent me something. But I wanted to do more shit about it. But I thought it was great when the Ed Hardy, the Ed Hardy stuff was like our idea. Like, let's come out with some fresh, whatever. It was from there. That's when I started thinking more about taking band pictures.
Oh,
I was a
okay.
big fan of the rock group Linkin Park. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah.
Was it the guy that took pictures in the north side? Something Vital?
Yes, I
he-
think so. That was him.
Pablo Vital.
He took our Pablo Vital, wasn't it?
Yeah, Pablo Vital.
I think so.
He took our
Did you do
mensajero.
videos too?
Yeah, he took our mensajero pictures back in those
Oh
days.
yes.
Remember
It had
him,
to
right?
be. Had to be them then.
He was
Shout out
like
to
he
him.
was like kind of the big guy back in
He
those
was
days.
the big guy. Yeah.
I remember like all the bands would go to him.
So you weren't
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
no photos
At that point, I wasn't doing any Photoshop.
or either like así, that type of editing either.
I was barely learning that kind of stuff.
Y eso lo aprendiste como.
Man, to be honest, I
What
think
programs? Like
Photoshop.
Programs, tutorials. Like, what did you learn in time?
Photoshop. It was all Photoshop. I did a lot of stuff in Paint when I was supposedly working
I
downtown.
remember my friends used to do badass shit on Paint, bro. But man, I
The same
can
thing.
never do that.
Hey, I'm gonna
shit.
throw myself under the bus right now. On Paint,
So hit that
it's
crop.
kind of
Hit that
embarrassing.
crop.
Yeah.
Nah, I have some friends. They do stuff for the de la
Crop.
link.
Hola, Tino.
So I kind of edit through pay stubs.
Nah.
I do it through Paint. So I kind of know how to fuck with Paint.
yeah,
Because of that, they're like,
He's
hey,
lying.
Can you change something? Or like
FBI, he's lying.
I have one of my guys.
Can you change my name on there?
fuck.
I know one of my
What's
guys.
going on?
He switched his grades with Photoshop
Oh,
in college. He took like a picture of it. Fucking went to Photoshop. A's,
No, it's
B's,
good this
and
person
he
used to
fucking-
Hey, do you want to say his name? Maybe his
Oh, hell no,
employer.
fuck that shit.
Maybe his
No, es que-
employer's watching this.
es que esta persona lo hacía with a printer. Cortaba.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Like, no, it's the madre de escanearlo y I got
yeah,
you.
yeah, exactly.
And they're like, what? I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I got you. Y nomás de mamón yo ahí estoy. I'm like, damn.
I did one of my friends. Oh, that guy's cousin. She hit me up.
So you do fake IDs and everything, huh?
Hey man,
Seguros también.
Hello, Lori.
I'm comfortable saying hit me up. Hit me up.
For all your,
Vaccination cards and everything.
we don't need them anymore, so it's good.
Yes.
He made a hustle.
I think it started.
COVID hit it already hard, bro. You got to make money
You
somehow.
gotta do something, man. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I think it started with the photo shoots. I want to say it started with around the Viejones era. 'Cause I never did anything with Banda Real as far as photos. But when it was a Viejones, I'm like, I think my shout out to my guy, Paul Alvarado. I took our album picture. And I had told him, like, hey, send them to me. Because I want to cut them out. I want to edit them. Yeah, no problem. He's like, here you go. And
This was you just trying to crop him, or
Yeah, trying to crop everybody, cut them out, put them together, and I did the first Viejones album for that our studio album that we did. I'm like, all right, cool. And I
Oh, it's the one with the blue suits?
with the blue suits.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did that one. I did as far as the photography was my guy Paul, and then I took him and I did the whole background and everything. I was like, oh, let me try it. Let me do it like a little studio. And one of my guys, shout out to my guy también Chuito Ortiz, who's who he is still an engineer. When we were doing that album, he's like, hey, you like photo shoots? I'm like, I'm gonna try it. He's like, I had bought, because me and my brother bought our youngest, I think it was his cousin or bought him a whole fucking like a
Shebang.
kit of las luces y todo
Yeah.
eso. He's like, I'll give it to you for X amount. All right, fuck it, boom. Tried it
Come
out,
up.
and it went up. And I
Yeah.
was like, that's when like let me. Well, I think we barely started getting like Nuevo Ejemplo, and then to the aguacate thing. Let me try it with our own groups. Boom, here come the lights. Buy a fucking camera that we.
How did you manage the whole lighting? Like, donde ponerlo? Because like we're podcasting, pero like también nosotros I struggle, and he does more the photography stuff.
Yeah.
So I lean to him and hey, Miso, tú ve allá, mueve esto, la luz acá or whatever. No, we need more lighting, we need more this. Today we failed with the lights, pero las renté. Y
Keep in mind, like, the people that are going to be watching this are the guys that are the people that are fans of you. For example, like my brother's over here as a fan of you. So you got to break everything down bien, you know, like.
Well, I mean,
like me and Misael, like we're not like we don't know this shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like anything. I think it's more like of course, when it came to the guac pot, I had a different vision of it, but I'm like, we have to work with what you got.
right.
You can't. We all don't have the money to say let's build a fucking studio.
Yeah, of course.
Make it
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
like, professional, right? So you have to work around it. I looked at tutorials like they have like, oh, you have something like key lights and main lights, you know, like tanto. I'm like, well, we don't have that space, so like, I want this light here. I want like I guess también when it goes back to it is the drawing part of it, like how to shade, where you want shade to go.
Okay.
Like, I want to make sure that this light hits all the way me, or this like makes sure everybody gets
Yeah,
illuminated.
you're right. I see los tutorials, pero
Yeah.
estoy bien pendejo que no le entiendo.
I think
All right. All right, too many shadows. I'm done. Everything looks the same to me. I don't give a shit.
It's because they come in English. He doesn't understand, you know.
Bro. I was the one that decided to wait for him, right? Fuck.
Now you know why. I'm
Con
asking
que
the
me
good questions.
pagas el cariño.
It wasn't until like later on during that podcast or the rock pod where I'm like, I know I'm not gonna have total control of the environment. And there's the room that we have. Let me just make sure all the guys are illuminated. I mean, that's all what people kind of think.
Right.
As long as nobody's coming back saying, "Hey, this fucking looks like shit," that's what you should be worried about.
Huh?
You know, that was me. I wanted to come out and say like, I wanted this to look different. I wanted this, but you get what you work with. And at the end of the day, if you're like, all right, I'm proud of it, this is what I want, put it out there. Y si la gente responde bien, they're not complaining, then
Fuck it. Yeah.
it's working.
Las cámaras. Do you know about cameras now? Like, porque I'm looking into it right now. Hay cámaras que pues tienen sus pinches lenses y que no sé qué madres.
Yeah.
Pero sé que no pueden grabar más de cierto tiempo.
Yeah.
So how is that? How does that work?
We had a problem with that because of that. Like the most one camera that we had that it would record was every 30 minutes.
Right.
Like 30 minutes. Right. Stop.
Right.
We were gonna buy these devices. It was like a little monitor
Uh-huh.
on top of them, and it would record continuously.
Right.
But they were like $600 a pop.
Yeah.
And we needed two of them.
That's 1,200.
It's $100
Yeah.
bucks, and we're like, so
Not right now.
not right now. And we had a
I
problem.
don't like him anymore.
We had a problem because they're DSLRs, cameras and everything. First, I had to control the battery because
Right.
we had problems with like, oh, yes, like, what's the battery? Let me get more. Yeah, apúrate, guys.
Yeah.
So now, I want to send a shout out to my guy Jose, to Sammy, to Edgar from the guys from like
The smoking section.
the smoking section.
Hey, say their full name. Say their full name, man.
I don't know the whole full names. I just want to shout them out, you know. No, but my guy Sammy, my guy Edgar, all of them, when they come out to the whole guac pod, it almost takes two, or Jose, if anybody comes out, not everybody comes out to that night. They kind of have timers now. So like every 25 minutes, they hit stop and then record again. So now they're like looking at, if this camera is looking at this angle, and then like Carlos is, on the other side, whatever, he'll go out, at this timer goes out 25 minutes, and he'll be like waiting. And if Carlos is talking, he'll hit record and stop on this side, and then it'll start again.
Oh,
So it's like little tricks that we had.
Yeah.
That we had to use. Instead of paying $1,200, which we still want to, but, we
Yeah.
had to rather use it for something else.
Yeah, that's kind of what I told Piggy. I was like, because Piggy también me ayuda mucho con con the video editing.
Video, yeah.
There was a lot of things that I kind of knew, but he knew more than I did. But there was things that he knew that I like. So we combined our shit, and I told him like, cameras no graban. Si agarramos una pinche cámara como las que tiene Misa, because he has those the real ones, pues.
Yeah.
My wife takes pictures.
They're not gonna last us as much. And now we're gonna get these little pieces of shit, pero graban bien. You know, so like we have to work what we have. They're not as expensive as that one, and they're not gonna look as good, pero they last. So we don't have people que tenemos que like. This is the first time we have it, like, or second time we have somebody here, but we don't always have it. So like we have to do it the way we have to do
Well,
it.
it's like when we had talked to, shout out to the other podcast, La Chingonas talk about it, and Compas Unfiltered. When they came up to me, they were like, "Oh, we respect in the Wack Pod because it's like, the production."
It looks fucking beautiful, dude. It looks beautiful.
Like, when we did it, like, look, we're gonna be honest, we did it because we already had all the stuff there. It was easier for us.
Right.
We had the sound. We had the cameras that we were using for other things except for Wack Podcast. It was more, not saying that I took in control, but I'm like, I want to make sure the cameras are good. And it was like weeks of YouTube tutorials.
Right.
Let me see how this looks.
Oh, yeah.
Settings,
Dude, I'm telling you, our first week, grabamos our first podcast. Los Amigos de Ansiedad. We didn't know how to zoom in our cameras, in the software.
Yeah.
So I me tienes a las 2, 3 de la mañana. I'm trying to wake him up. I'm like, hey, P, like, I don't know, bro. Man, like, dude, we already chopped everything up. He's like, wait, pero you can see this nigga's nuts. I'm like,
all right. So one of the guys, he had to rip that. He had to rip pants, but it wasn't like a little bit. It was like SpongeBob, rip pants, big as fuck.
Yeah.
So then me and Celso were just talking back and forth.
oh, like, nos pasamos como 3 días trying to figure it out. I'm like, dude, the video's already chopped. It took me hours to chop this fucker. Now, how the fuck are we gonna just edit that one part?
Yeah.
I was like, bro,
We eventually did it.
Yeah, we did it.
I mean,
ahora sí ya me pelan el chile, pero...
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about the first episode compared to what? Like a year later?
Yeah, and then it kills the fact that we're musicians. Tenemos que ir a tocar y ya no tenemos tiempo.
Yeah, of course.
So ahorita we have a lot of episodes que no hemos sacado, pero for the same reason que like I feel like no nos da tiempo a hacerlo, and especially now que ahorita ya apenas estamos empezando. I'm trying to make time for it, pero I know in the summer we're gonna be swamped and we're gonna
that's
stop.
That's one thing that I had told a lot of people. Like, thank you to all the people that supported the Wack Pod and kind of helped us through it. When we started, we had a lot of support, pero
especially those truckers, man.
Oh yeah,
the fucking truckers. Yo tengo a mi compa Edwin Segura. Saludos para mi compa Edwin. That fucker was like, hey, puto.
Shout out to Joel, too.
Estaba bien pedo aquel güey, ¿verdad? Le digo, who? Misa. I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, don't worry about him. He's fine.
Mi compadre no van a estar hablando, por favor.
or like, oh, Faustino knows how to talk. Type of shit. Like, yeah, bro.
They pay attention to those details.
Exactly. They pay attention to details. So I listen to them. And I always respond back to them. I'm like, hey, ¿qué onda? ¿Qué pasó? O a veces be like, oh, sorry, te texté a las 4 de la mañana. Like, dude, I'm fucking sleeping.
Yeah.
Pero a las 9 ya le contesto. Ya no me contestan. Like, oh, no, te quiero decir que it was a badass episode, bro. It feels good, bro. It feels good.
No, it
like,
feels
oh,
really
shit.
good.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Que dice, el audio se escucha bien. The video, like, I want to look, like, I stopped the shit to go see the video.
Yeah.
And I look at the video and it's like, you guys are fucking hilarious.
Like, it's a different thing because I'm saying, like, when it came to the Wack Pod, I'm the one that said, like, let me edit it. Yo me tardaba todo el día editing 2-3 hours. That's
Dude, my wife gets mad si me tardo una pinche hora aquí abajo.
What do you do? Fucking long ass.
I slept at the office a few times just because
I
to make it come out because we had a deadline. We knenew people were already waiting for it at Friday at midnight.
Yes.
So I would stay up. I would like, the last time I was there, I'm like, I can't finish this. I'm like, me falta. And I told Carlos, I'm like, well, I'm going to sleep over. Office? I'm like, yeah. Like, fucking everybody left, closed the fucking gate and everything. Ahí estaba hasta las 3 de la mañana.
It's because it's one of those things like, you know what? This is what I got right now.
Yeah.
You know what? Tomorrow, I'm going to play it again. I'm going to listen to it. And then, shit, man, I could do this. I could cut this. I could raise the highs, put the lows, y que no sé qué. But it's a fucking mission. Like,
No, it's a mission.
I'm the one that does most of the audio editing.
Yeah.
These guys don't know about it. Like, luego
just
andan
look
en el
pretty.
group chat. Hey, no
We're
mames,
just
man.
the visual.
They'll be like, hey, no mames, what the fuck? Yeah, the sex symbols.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it sells. They're
we
selling.
bring in
They're
the
selling.
likes, bro.
Exactly.
Big ass chocolate sexy over
You know
here.
it. Big is in, bro.
And I would do,
Big is in.
and that's another thing. Like I learned, not saying sound design, right? It was all one track, but I me metía donde no me debería, like on Adobe Premiere. Let me boost up the voice. There's filters and stuff that helps for people that are not so qualified. I'm like, let me go in there, boost it up the sound. Even though
But it's those subtle hints.
Yeah, it's
that
real
not
subtle
a lot of
hint.
people don't. That a lot of people don't know.
yeah.
Like, for example, like these guys, they don't know the shit. Like, there's times like, we've done podcasts over here. Ya se va Misa and Tino, and it's just me. I'm over here with my laptop. Ooh.
Yeah.
Celso, how does that sound? Oh, it sounds good. And then I'll go into another spot.
Yeah.
This spot doesn't sound good. Type of shit.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure you go through this shit.
When as far as sound, like look, now I'm happy that I kind of
Oh, you got Jose, right?
we got Jose that I taught him
And,
what I
Jesse.
did,
And Jesse.
and I had told him well Jesse did it in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
He
okay.
he was the one that enhanced the sound because I trust Jesse. Like you do the audio, give me the audio, and I'll just stick it to the video, and boom. But then he would get busy, so I'm like, and we were like on a time limit, like we had to do it every week, and I'm like, let me fuck around with it. And like instead of being on Jesse's ass, not that I'm saying that he didn't want to do
he's
it,
busy as
but he's
fuck.
busy, but he's busy. So I'm like, let me
Yeah.
do it, because it was a lot of, let me send you the file, let me download it, let me transfer it to this computer, and it was a lot of that. So at the end of the day, I was like, let me fuck around with the audio.
There was no Google Drive or something?
There was Google Drive, but for those files, they were big, so he used another company, my WeTransfer, and it would just take a while to like download.
No, nosotros usamos a Google Drive to transfer our files. Luego, like, audio is not that big.
Yeah.
The video is the one that fucking carries a lot. And I'm like, fuck, we have to do it here. Para que se haga rápido, we need to do it here.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
like, todavía mi computer's a little fucking old, pero le estamos tratando de, like,
No, yeah, mine.
work with what we have.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Work with what you have, and I was like, all right, let me try this, and like I say, I work with what you have because of Jesse. Like I'm saying, not that I'm blaming it on him, but I know he was a busy guy.
Fucking Jesse.
Fucking Jesse. I know he
Trying
was
to fire
busy.
you, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Like
That's
5
why- That's why I'm
episodes.
bringing him up now and shit.
Like 5 episodes.
I'm like, I don't want to bother him to be on schedule because I'm saying like we had a deadline.
Right.
It had to be up. And the only reason we did it at midnight, pero there was times like in the second season when people caught on that it would come out midnight, Friday morning, whatever, Friday at midnight. And your text would be up. Hey, we missed like one
Where's it
episode.
at?
Hey, where's it at? It's already 12:30. Where is it at? We're like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah, no,
we're
people
like, no,
waiting
we
for it,
just
bro.
have to be out.
También nosotros, like, there was people that like, hey, what's going on? Like, ya no están haciendo el podcast. I'm like, sí, no, Piggy es el que se tarda más.
Sorry.
I'm just fucking waiting for
He's
him.
too busy with his main job. You know?
With my new band.
Oh.
Who's that? Who's that?
Are you dropping bombs?
There's a
Not
bomb,
yet, not
bomb
yet,
dropped
not
right
yet.
there. That was a bomb dropped.
Not yet.
Not yet.
My band's gonna be out by then. He said, "Calm down, Russia."
Pero yeah, like, for the most part, it's fucking Piggy that fucking brings me back.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yo
that's
aprendo certain shit, and I'm like, oh, I got it. Pero like, yeah, Biggie, like he's a busy guy, you know. Like,
Yeah.
like a veces,
cool. It's easy to render a fucking
That's
video,
what I'm saying.
asshole.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
oh,
When
fuck you, bitch.
that's what I'm saying. What helped us a lot was that's what we did. Like Carlos and me gave up our jobs, you could say, or we kind of kicked out, whatever. We had our jobs finished. So this was already like 24 hours what we did. So it was easier for me to be like, well, let me concentrate on this.
And that's the beauty about it, bro. Like, having that talent y a poder, like, quit like a fucking job. Like, I don't think I'll be able to do that. Like, you know, I have my job, me paga bien.
Yeah.
Pero para poder hacer, like, I love music. I love fucking doing the podcasting with my guys, you know.
Yeah.
I wish I could say, you know what, fuck my job. But
Yeah, you could do it, yeah, of course.
I can't, bro.
No,
But
either
it's
way,
like-
to me, you guys set the standard.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people that have their podcasts, you know, in the Chicagoland area that look up to you guys, igual como nosotros. Like, we're like, man, did you see the cameras? Did you listen
The
to
angles,
their audio
like,
type of thing?
yeah, everything, bro. Like, nosotros estudiamos mucho y él también sigue muchos podcasters. Y él me decía, hey, primo, listen to this. Primo, listen to this. I'm like, damn, se oye bien, se mira bien, se oye bien, se mira bien.
Yeah.
Pero, like, how the fuck do you do that?
Yeah,
I, like,
yeah.
I don't have the vision. And then Misa, that's where Misa came in.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, Misa, like, you take photos, your wife takes photos. Even bring your wife, like, que vea cómo está el pinche pedo. A ver.
Yeah,
Mira,
yeah.
you
Que nos
guys,
regañen.
you guys are, you know, you and Carlos are two guys.
Mm-hmm.
But you two guys is basically us four put together. Because we do this part-time like a motherfucker, pero like Misa echa una idea out of nowhere, and then Tino, hey, no, pues falta esto.
Tino nomás te las cheves. No, and Tino,
Bring him up!
This is a sex machine.
No, and you know what Tino does?
Saludos to Tino. Saludos.
No.
I'm the sex appeal.
No, honestly, he is. Honestly, he is. And mad props to him because we had a podcast que honestamente ya ni sé ni qué hablar de mi ass.
Tino's are Jesse, honestly.
And this guy will fucking bring a conversation out of anywhere. And I'm like, bro, thank you. You here, bro.
Yeah.
You do it. You do it.
Are you talking about our last episode?
Yes. You're talking about our
No, wait.
Saludos a la banda, Chilacachapa.
No, you mean
this nigga, bro.
you mean the previous episode before
The
now.
previous from this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two previous episodes.
He was able to manage a full-on conversation. No se me trababa mucho like Misa would. You know, like I wouldn't have done it without him.
I just didn't like the awkward silence. It was just too damn awkward. Like when it's silent.
Everything was
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, this is what I mean. Like, we all kind of feed off of our energy, and we're only four.
No,
So, I
it's
mean,
just,
like, for you guys, like,
I think that's the first time I ever shut down. I shut down.
Oh,
Honestly.
really?
And
Yeah,
yo me cerré.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at him.
Well, it takes a lot también. Like I'm not saying that we're all perfect, right? I knew in the beginning.
I mean, you guys
I knew in
are-
the beginning. I thought I was gonna talk more, but
Right.
it's not like I'm
But
doing
you're
it
a
on
Misa.
purpose. But I was Misa. But at the same time,
There's no
I don't
room
know
for
if
you.
Misa says the same way.
Well,
Because
there's times that you can't even cut in though. That's
exactly,
the problem.
that's
no,
my thing.
There's
Why
no room
not?
for you.
No.
Look at this fucker cutting in all the time right now.
Maybe that because that I don't.
Wait.
I don't like.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry.
I don't like doing that, and especially
yes,
because
Misa.
we had told our secret was we had told that Carlos, being the good talker that he is,
Right.
he was gonna be the moderator. We were gonna be the guys to add to it.
Right.
Like that was our roles. That's what I told Carlos. I'm like, you need to be that guy to move it along.
Pero Jesse overcomes you. That's the
He
issue.
overcomes it. Yeah, he overcomes it with it. I'm not gonna fucking try to overcome his fucking voice either. Because he has a motherfucker, and then like, oh, well, there it goes. And most
You know
of
what?
the-
Fuck me.
and most of the time, I'm about to think something like I'm thinking of what I'm gonna say. I'm like, I'm trying to come up.
Ya te ganaron.
You me ganaron.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. And when I come back to that whole thing, like we had that one person that kind of complained in the first episode of our trailer for the Guac Pod was like, oh, three hosts, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And I'm just like, I kind of agree a little bit, just because
Yeah.
there is gonna be maybe somebody kind of left out.
Right.
Because first of all, you have to think about timing. You have to think about, what are you gonna ask.
Pero como le dije a Carlos, cuando platiqué con Carlos con puros compas, fuck whoever,
Oh, yeah.
whatever
It's-
says.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
give a fuck. It could be 2-3 hours, and I'm
our
gonna have
podcast.
it's our podcast.
What do you
Yeah,
think
of course.
about?
Not your fucking
That's the
problem.
most important part.
That's up to you to keep the conversation going, or if I want to cut it, that's up to me.
On top
So
of that,
I don't give a fuck who's gonna fucking complain. If
Mira,
you're gonna complain, salte de mi canal y ya.
Because I've seen people when they ask me about about the podcast, like, oh, how do we do this? And it's because la gente dice, I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, your podcast is your
Right,
podcast.
right,
You
that's
can do
what I'm saying.
whatever the fuck you
Yeah.
want. And the podcast is so free.
Right.
There's no it's not like a
You don't have
interview.
to fucking be
There's
there,
no
bro.
script. There's no
Right.
nothing like
It's
you
a
have to do.
conversation.
Like when people say like,
See.
oh, the episodes, how many episodes? Like podcast has no direct, like it has to be
Es lo que
this
le
many
dije a ellos.
episodes.
Digo, he's like, oh, what season is this? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't even know what episode we're on.
Hey,
you know what?
when we
It
die,
should've-
that's our season.
ya vamos. Okay, last year was one season.
Yeah.
Now we're starting our second year. That's our second
But you
season.
don't even have to do that either. Like I just chose it because when it came to the podcast, we're like, okay, we're gonna have X amount of musicians. We don't want to run out too soon. just run out of all these musicians, local
Right.
musicians. And like that was my idea to come like, let's do seasons. I seen another podcast that does seasons. Take a little break and kind of regroup.
Right.
Do that. But you don't have to do it. Joe Rogan is like doing
Every
number
day and pretty
2,000.
Yeah,
no,
he's
He's
done
gonna
it.
bring
And-
Theo Trump.
There you go.
Yeah,
So I'm just
no,
like,
no.
you don't have to follow a certain formula. Like,
Right,
it's just how
right.
you want it to come out.
Did you ever think that the Guac Pod was going to inspire so many podcasters out there, bro?
Or just be what it is
some,
right now. Or just be what it is.
To be honest,
or make so many podcasters out of nowhere and shit.
we
'Cause
were really surprised.
Honestly,
When people
You guys
came
are
up.
pioneers. Honestly,
Yeah,
you
you
guys
guys
are
started it.
pioneers.
Like we wouldn't even say pioneers because we give a little
you
bit of
guys
credit.
don't, but we do.
We give credit to like the first podcasters that came out actually was After Party Chicago that did a podcast before
Yeah.
us. Right in the beginning, like we were about to I know my compadre Carlos had that thought for years already, like 2 years already. It's been in the making.
Hey, we're
He's
gonna
like, I
bring
wanna
his
do this.
ass because he's Michoacano
Hell yeah.
as fuck.
And I'm like, he's like, I want this idea. I'm like, all right, let's do it. But right when we were thinking about like executing the whole
¿Te van a
thing,
verificar o qué? Oh,
when it came to executing the idea,
yeah,
they had started like a month or two before us.
right.
But we're like, nah, we're not gonna, no nos vamos a agüitar. Like, let's just do it. Let's just go for it.
I mean, how do you expect the success that you guys had? Because I mean,
It's like, again, it was like a no lose kind of thing situation. Because it's not like we
no
were.
risk, high reward.
Yeah, it was no risk because we were already at the office. We had the office for so many years. We had the space. We have the technology. We had the equipment. Let's just try it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. This is our life anyway. Like
Right.
our musician life, this is what we do.
No tiene nada que perder.
Yeah. It's not like
Yeah.
we were losing time out of our jobs or 9 to 5s,
Right.
you know? We didn't have that. We don't have that.
That's kind of how I took it. Y yo le dije a Miso, I brought it well, we have a chat. We've always been having a chat. But we never called it the Calentanos chat because we weren't that officially.
Yeah, yeah.
Friends.
But yo nomás, it was just friends. And then it was actually just Miso, Tino, and me. We later brought Piggy in it. Pero yo le decía, le digo,
I
hey,
got
bro,
this guy,
le
but
digo,
he doesn't speak Spanish.
"Ah, no habla español, güey.
I'm a yo no sabo ass nigga.
So, yo les dije, le digo, mira, you know, what the Guac Pod is doing is pretty fucking dope. Pero, like, I feel like Guerrero people, our paisanos, they're not as exposed. I want to do that for our people,
Yeah, yeah.
you know? So he's like, damn, you're right. So, él me apoyó. Then Faustino was like, bro, I knew that I had a cotorro with him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, you're going to be my key element.
Yeah.
Le digo, pero I want it to be us. I want it to be like all of us. Le digo, I don't know how to fuck with audio, man. I kind of know how to fuck with video, pero like, I want to do something what the Guac Pod is doing. Like, lo están haciendo para the Chicago scene. I want to do it for the underground Tierra Caliente people. Like, they don't want to expose themselves. Some people, I know a lot of friends que son de Guerrero y luego dicen, pues soy de Jalisco porque mi mamá es de Jalisco. I'm like, bitch,
Oh, I know,
you
I know that
Guerrero.
person.
No,
Check it out. One of the dopest things that we got was a message from people just be like, hey,
Oh yeah, we got
you
a
guys
message.
put me on, like somebody from fucking Durango, Zacatecas. You guys put me on Tierra Caliente music. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know this
Yeah.
shit. Like, God
Yeah, like
damn.
today I even got a message from a friend, and he's like, bro, he said, thank you for the Chilacachapa one. I'm like, bro, I think that's my biggest fail right now. But fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you really like that? He's like, bro, no mames. I never heard this banda, but it sounds fucking legit.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, like, that's fucking dope. And another fucking, un compa que trajimos también, el compa Cisco. Saludos ahí para mi compa Cisco.
That's cool.
He messaged me, he's like, bro, thank you, bro, for fucking putting me on Chilacachapa. I'm like, really? You never heard him? I'm like, nah, bro, this is fucking dope. And people are listening.
People are listening, man. The people do listen, and I'm just like, we were surprised. Like I'm saying, when you guys asked me, like, did I think it was gonna get to any place? I'm like, not really. Carlos is the one that was kind of pushing. Like, I always want to try. Like, that was always our thing. It's always our thing. Let's just try this and see how the fuck we can do.
Right.
And
It's because
the response was fucking amazing.
No, it's because you're surprised. Because like one thing I've always told Celso is like everybody has a fucking story.
Everybody has a story.
Everybody has a fucking story. Luego, pues, when you have a different background, like for example, us four, we're misfits as fuck.
Yeah, we are.
And I'm over here thinking like, oh, pues a graphic designer, que chingados voy a saber, right?
No, bro.
But
Es
I'm
que-
saying like Edgar comes with his brother.
Little brother came
That's what I'm
over
saying.
here.
Like,
Yeah,
thanks
yeah,
to
yeah.
shout
Es
out
como
to
te
your
dije.
brother. And then like,
He's a little high right
Yeah,
now. but
es como
he's
te
cool.
dije, bro. There's a lot of like Guerrero people. Yeah, there's a lot of Guerrero people que like knew your work, pero they didn't know. They're like, oh, he's from Guerrero. Like, what the fuck? Like,
hey, you don't know. You
who's
never-
the one? Who's the one behind this?
Yeah.
Who's the one doing the graphics? Who's the one doing? Porque honestamente sí hiciste una distinción de los graphics que había antes a los graphics que hay ahora.
Oh, yeah.
Now there's a lot of little competition and everybody's
Yeah,
trying to push each other around.
You
pero
changed the
like
game,
pero
like, you
you did
personally.
it. You did it. You know.
that's one of the
And now
things.
there's
that-
a standard. Now there's a standard. Like for
You're one of
example,
the pioneers, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to hear it because that's. I mean, to be honest, when I started the whole like graphic design, that's what I wanted to change.
Yeah.
I wanted to change the stigma because like the stigma with a lot of I'll say the graphic designers, you could say, was a lot of printing shops
Yeah.
que decían, oh, yo hago tarjetas, yo hago flyers, I know Photoshop.
They're just
Yo
basic.
soy
Just
diseñador.
basic, yeah.
I'm like,
No.
these designs are not designs.
Right.
They're just out to fool people. And when it comes to graphic design, like some people say it's artwork. Like it is artwork, but it's artwork with a purpose.
Right.
It has to be a purpose.
Yes.
I
like
could
that.
be.
I like that. I like that.
It has
I
to
like
be.
that.
I could be as abstract as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Make some badass designs, but it doesn't mean it's gonna work for selling a car or
Right.
selling a
Right.
business.
Right.
Yeah, I have to kind of ground myself to say this design has to be working for this person.
Oh, wait, you're a staple. You're a staple in Chicago, and on top of that, it's like,
He's a human. What is
am,
Bro.
am I gonna fucking like
Where's the napkins?
Yeah.
you know, like me?
Happy tissues or what?
Let's say I start my own band. Like
Yeah.
like I already know the level of where I'm at, you know, or what I want to do and where I want my band to be at. I'm not gonna, hey Misa, you could do Microsoft Paint.
Yep, I can.
Put my band together. No.
The one
Like,
that can do
yeah,
paint.
yeah,
The one that can do paint is El Primo because he could make fake papers.
I can't,
No,
bitch.
like everything kind of builds up little by little type of thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like, you as an artist, you as a graphic designer, you're putting your stamp, and just working with you just puts a certain band, sea nuevo, on a certain level. Like,
Es como dice el primo, es como dice el primo.
we sound
Yo
bad,
digo
but
que
you know what? You'll make us look good. You know what I'm saying?
yo digo que como dice el primo, hay niveles en todo.
Oh, yeah.
There's niveles en
Nobody wants to talk about it.
A lot of people-
Shut
yep.
the fuck up.
A lot of people don't like to admit it, bro, but there's levels out there. That's
Oh,
why.
there's always
that's
levels.
why Fry charges what he charges.
Of course.
Let's fucking
And it
set
takes
it out
6
there.
weeks and shit.
No, not that, bro. Like,
Nah, for everybody's gonna take 12 weeks.
like once you get a price for something, you know you're gonna get, like, by the price, you know you're gonna what quality you're gonna
What
get.
quality?
yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
honestly,
Yeah.
like you get what you pay for, pretty much.
I always go back to my compadre Carlos. It was more of a
Ya se le
with the way,
cría.
the way we
Compadre, güey.
Este compadre. The reason I think that we work a lot well is because he's a numbers guy and I'm the artistic guy.
Yeah.
We never butt heads. I never ask him, hey, ¿qué tal con ese pinche pago? ¿Cómo lo vamos a hacer con este? Whatever. He never asked me, hey, this design is all crazy, blah, blah. We're not going to do this shit.
Right.
We never bump heads in that. Maybe in the beginning, but it was never like that.
Yeah.
And that's where
Yo
he's
digo
always shown me the business side of the graphic design.
Tiene que haber un balance, una persona. Yo siempre le digo una persona estable. Una persona estable que sabe monitorear sus pensamientos, el valor de la persona.
Yeah.
So you grab that person, you're like, oh, okay.
You got some
Bro,
French kissing back there.
we have this, we have this, we have that.
Yeah.
And now this is what I'm going to give you. And kind of like him. Él es más domable. Like, he'll listen to whatever.
Just ask his wife. What's up, Ellie?
Oh, you like
Él es
this,
más,
right?
like, he goes
Yeah.
to whatever
Like this,
me
right?
and Faustino.
Yeah.
And me and Faustino will take, like, an executive decision.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, whatever you guys
let's
say.
do it.
Well,
Yeah,
fuck it,
let's
let's
go,
do it.
guys.
Well, it's like a band,
Yeah.
right? I always go back. Like this graphic design is almost like a band thing or business. If you guys run a group, you would probably be like, this guy's in charge of this because he knows this shit.
Right.
This guy's in charge of the music because hay que decir he knows about music.
Right.
This guy knows about something. Like different people that you gotta know
Of course.
Tienes,
This works
tienes,
for this
tienes su
person.
chiste para cada cosa.
Para cada cosa.
Yeah.
So
And,
the way I like to plan shit out, and I've done it in my job, like a football team.
No wonder you guys are going bankrupt.
I'm a big ass. Vete a la verga.
Let's get it.
I'm a big ass football fan.
yeah.
If an element kind of sucks, all right, cool. You know, if your wide receiver sucks, you got a running back that's
What
gonna
do you
pick
think
it
of
up,
the-
type of thing. You know.
Yeah.
What do you think of the overhaul the Bears are doing?
So,
What do you think of the
in this
overhaul,
case,
bro?
shut the fuck up.
Look, he's high as hell.
I'm not crying. You're crying. Like
Me too. We're crying together, bro.
Like it's like every person
for us
plays
over
their part.
You know, we got Celso and Tino, fucking wide receivers. The guys are gonna fucking
I ran out 3-3.
throw it down for us. You know, igual. You know, you
Uh-huh.
guys, the guac pod.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's Jesse and Carlos. You know,
Yeah.
the main guys. You know, you got the quarterback and you fucking.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what we had. Like when we offered it, like when it
That
comes
means
to
us our special teams.
with so many years with my compadre Carlos, like he's the business guy. He knows how to handle people. Come on. Come on. He knows how to talk to the fucking customers. He knows how to handle it like this. Like he knows how to price. Ya sabe los numbers down to the fucking decimal, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm never going to be the type to be asking him, hey, what's up with this? What's up with that?
Y sabes, and you have that trust, and you sabes que he's not going to fuck you over, bro.
Exactly.
You
And
know?
when he came to me, like when I started this whole thing with the graphic design, he's like, man, you got to start charging more. Because he saw the value
The
in it.
value.
He saw the value and said like, hey, not these other guys are not doing the same thing as you do. Like when I started the posters, they were like, oh, do you get like a template of like these fucking backgrounds? And like, no, I do the backgrounds
fucker.
from scratch.
Yeah.
From scratch. Everything's from like scratch. I don't do no fucking, copy and paste from like a designer. and put it
Arial
there.
fucking fonts and shit.
I have invested probably a good, almost maybe anywhere from like
I like how you readjusted your glasses just to
like 500
emphasize it.
500, 700 bucks worth of just fonts in my computer.
Oh, shit.
Just because
That's
I invested.
expensive, dude.
That's expensive. So I'm like, he sees that value from like,
Right.
I have like accounts on photo places where you can download like a specific background or like whatever. I buy them. I don't just go on Google and take this shit and put it and
Right.
take out the watermarks of Photoshop. I actually invest.
You buy the
and
licensing and all
I
that.
buy the licensing
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
And I do it from scratch. So he saw that from the beginning and he's like, you got to charge for your time mostly. Not for the job, for your time.
And the money invested. you know?
And I would see like, well, I'm sorry. When I would come to graphic design, los güeros, I would say like when I was going to school, like, oh yeah, when you get to charge, like you're saying you're going for a logo, you're going for a corporate logo. You're gonna charge by the hour. So even if you go in to say like, oh, you have a business, let's have a meeting, a lunch, and talk about your logo. You're gonna charge $20 an hour for just that meeting, and then aparte all the hours or the days you're gonna do
man
on-
work.
all the man work, and then you bill it like that.
Yeah.
I took this many hours for the meeting.
You have to break it
and
down
that's
like that. Yeah, hell yeah.
That's the way you break it.
Time.
For los paisas, they don't trust that. That's why I kind of
by job.
they do
Ese
it
es
by the
trabajo
job.
en general.
Is in
So,
general. So that's why I kind of valued it a little bit more. Whereas like, they don't know how many hours I took to do these 3 samples of this logo.
Pero ¿por qué
or
tan,
this post.
¿por qué tan caro, primo?
¿Por qué tan pagando? Yeah.
So for like the few people over here listening to this,
Uh-huh.
how do you charge for
5 fans
a
we have.
high, like a clientele like that? How do you charge for that?
Or like a high clientele, you mean? Or like,
You mean high end.
It becomes quality.
Yeah.
Él ya se hizo su standard.
Okay,
People
yeah,
want
'cause I-
people want that standard. So
how do you
diga lo que
charge that?
diga. Si él me dice son 800 mil varos, I'm gonna fucking pay for it because I know what I'm going for.
and that's what one thing Carlos has said. He's like,
yeah.
if you put your standard up and
Yeah.
they know the good work, they're going to end up paying.
Now he wants to go with somebody else. La otra persona le va a decir, oh, pues son 200 in a general sense. Y va a decir, no, pues los diseños de él is not as exotic as his.
But it's the same thing.
were made
Again,
in paint.
I go back.
Yeah.
I go back.
Eric,
I
thank
go
you,
back
Celso,
to the
for answering.
musicianship.
Yeah.
The same thing. You guys have been musicians for so long, and they'll be like, "Hey, ¿cuánto cobran?" Oh, pero este grupillo me cobran menos.
Váyase
And you're
para
gonna
allá,
be
primo.
like, well, go with them.
Yeah.
we charge because we know how many years
Yeah.
we've had as musicians. It's the same principle.
Yeah.
It's like, well, Carlos had put that. He's like, it's the same principle that you got to do with your work.
Is the competition as tough as a musician or no?
One thing you guys had touched on as far as when it comes to that, there's competition coming up, and I'm proud of that actually, because I've had people.
I'm sure you inspired
You're
a couple of them,
fucking
bro.
OG.
There's people that have told me like, "Hey, I've looked at your work. It's
Bájale de
great.
precio."
I've been wanting to try it." All right, cool. And I'm not afraid to be like helping them out, because I know when I started. Shout out to my guy Moises Roman, who like helped me out a little bit, like how when it came to posters. I like that energy. I'm not gonna be the type to be like, oh no, fuck you, learn on yourself. I'll
Even,
teach you how much
shout out
as
to
I know.
Moy, because Moy también es uno de nuestros sponsors. And honestly, él
Román
siempre
Grafico.
veo que down to earth. Down to
yeah,
earth.
yeah,
and,
yeah,
Very
no,
shit for us.
Yeah.
Another paisano de
Bro.
Guerrero por ahí,
Yeah,
saludos.
Shout out.
And that's one of the things that we try to like, have people know, like, paisanos de Guerrero are actually doing big things. They're being pioneers in certain fields. They're out there with certain bands. There is popular bands out there. Like some of the ones we had out there. And then like right now we just had a band before this from Michoacán with our compa JD, and those guys are doing big things in just a year.
Y lo están haciendo internamente, and that was pretty amazing. I was like, bro, like, ellos se hacen sus propios videos, ellos.
Yeah.
They have somebody, like, working for
Everything's
them.
in-house.
Everything's in-house, bro. And I was like, man, that's fucking beautiful, because un grupo nuevo puede empezar, pero todo eso cuesta dinero. De mi tocada va a salir esto. De mi tocada va a salir esto. Y sí, like, if I'm going to hire somebody like you, obviously, I have to pay money.
Yeah, of
Pero, like, having it in-house, dude.
Oh no, that's a big help.
No estoy diciendo que va a salir gratis,
No, yeah,
pero
for sure.
like, me conviene más,
No, yeah, that's
It's a different game. Like like my girl, she's from Durango. The music, ¿de dónde era? De Michoacán, ¿verdad? That we had, completely different. I showed it. She was like, "What the hell is this? It sounds Mexican. It sounds
It is
tierra
Mexican.
caliente, but it's not."
yeah.
And she's like, "It's
Yeah.
catchy, you know?"
Yeah. One of the things, like I'm saying, when I was going back to, I had mentioned a comment that was one of my big inspirations was that rock group was called Linkin Park. There was two guys.
Illinois also, right?
R.I.P.
Yeah,
Jester.
yeah. There was two guys. I used to follow them a lot because I used their music, but I used to follow like their behind the scenes stuff.
right.
And they were in charge of. Two guys went to art school, like really good art school.
Lincoln Park?
No, not Linkin Park, but I'm saying the band Linkin Park.
Oh.
Two of the members in there were art students, and they wanted to show that with every album cover, every video. They were like in control of everything for their own
Dependent
band.
shit.
And I'm just like,
Everything was internal.
everything was there, and
Yeah.
that's where I wanted to be. Like I wanted to take over.
And you did, bro.
You did with
Dominaste
Aguacate.
You
que
still
viene
are,
siendo
you still are, right?
your bands, whatever bands you were playing in, y dominaste en tu propia compañía. Now with Carlos, so
You created a logo of Aguacate that everybody pretty much knows now, bro.
yeah,
It's
no,
like,
That was
Tino.
inspired by my compadre because he had like a fatter face back in the day. I wanted to say he was a little chubbier back in the day. And I remember he used to wear those aviator glasses.
Yeah.
I remember when we came up with it, we were trying to think of like Aguacate. He's like, no, he didn't come out with Aguacate. We were doing a promotion company. He's like, what should I name it? And everybody was, at that point, promotion companies are barely coming up. Like my guy Javier was like, oh, you should name it something like whatever. And then my compadre, remember, he's like, oh, every time he used to go to Michoacán or something. There used to be a pueblo que se llama Aguacate, Michoacán. He's always used to pass it. And he said, he remembers every time he would see that, he would know that he was near, their destination. So, and my compadre hates aguacate.
yeah, he mentioned.
he told us.
Fucking hates.
He told
aguacate.
us.
Carlos!
He said,
We had
Arriba
said,
Michoacán.
and we had said, like, wouldn't it be funny that you
Dude, I
name
just ate
your
an
fucking
aguacate today, man.
you would name your fucking company the thing
Something
that you
you
hate.
hate.
Yeah. So I remember thinking of I was barely coming into Photoshop. I got a picture of an aguacate. I put in aviators, and he used to spike up his hair like that. And I just put like some Photoshop some hair on it. I'm like, this is our fucking little mascot. They're just gonna fucking do it. And he's like, fuck it, let's go.
I never looked at it that way, but yeah, you're right.
And
You're
I was
right.
like, and it was after like his face and shit.
Los cachetotes.
Cachetotes and shit. So I remember I put it up and he's like, all right, fuck it, let's try it. Like, fuck it, I walked
Sorry,
out.
patron. Yes, mi patron.
That was badass, bro. That's like staple.
And then I did it better, like, because I did an Illustrator. I made it look more cleaner. I'm like, it's something I always said when it comes to logos and like, like designs.
Make it you.
Make it you, but it doesn't always have to tell a story.
Right.
You.
But it's
Or
like,
at
it's
least-
you.
yeah.
Or if it grows more curiosity, it's a better logo.
Why the avocado?
Yeah, why that? Oh, why that? The next thing you know,
I hate it.
and people next thing you know, it
Like
sticks
7
to
years
them.
later,
It's like when I say people are like,
the music group.
I can still go by my name, Francisco,
Yeah.
but everybody's like, why Fry? And it's like the first thing that everybody.
Why Fry for real?
Hey, Fry was a
Because
old
of the
high school name.
fucking the logo on his fucking forehead. Right
So that's
there,
your that's
man.
your
No,
gangbanging name and shit.
Yeah, that's what I represented. And shit. What's up, Fry?
King
folks?
Fry.
No,
First of all,
King Fry.
shout out to my compadre Gus. That's how I became a little
we
village.
fuck with waffle fries. Fuck your shit.
We went to we were in high school together, and I remember like our first class was like a health class, and the teacher she was like, oh, let's put it together like in a little fucking circle, let's get to know each other. It's like freshman year, we're all like fucking all timid and shit, and then she's like, you're gonna name a food starting with the first letter of your first name. So I was like, what the fuck? I was gonna say fish, but I was gonna like, nah, fries. So when it came to me, I was like, my name's Francisco. I like fries. And one of my compadres was like laughing. I was like, So next thing you know, he started calling me, hey, look, it's French fry. Yeah. He started to like, look. So I was like, whatever. And
right,
then
I'll be your
when
French
we were
fry.
freshmen, there was a senior que le llamaban Fries. He was
Want
Mexican.
to go
too.
beat his ass? We'll go beat his ass, man.
He was a pioneer because he was called Fries.
As long as you promise you go find out the guy that called me Piggy, we'll go beat his ass too.
No, I hated it through the freshman and sophomore year. And I remember like we were having gym, whatever, and we were going outside, we were playing softball. And I had like a bag full of balls and shit.
Oh
And
shit!
I was like, and then
You
my
still trying
compadre
to play? Because
no, it was like practice, whatever. And then my compadre's like, hey, Fries, hurry the fuck up. He was just fucking around, and my teacher was like, who the fuck is Fries? I'm like,
Me, sir.
yeah.
so
it's
by
me.
accident.
And then next thing you know, by junior year, I fucking loved it. Like I don't know what happened. I wanted everybody to call me Fry. Oh, it was Fries. And then it just turns to
You were
Fry.
just the arches and shit.
Yeah. And then the people started knowing me about about the artwork and everything. And like, oh, it's Fries, it's Fries.
Hey.
And next thing I started catching on. I'm like, my
Hey.
senior year, everybody knew me as Fries.
Hold
That's
on,
where it
hold on.
started. And
Hold
then
on,
it just
hold on.
stuck from there.
Hold on. McDonald's, if you watching this,
Sponsor?
not a sponsorship. Fuck y'all.
Hey,
I love
Fred,
that kind of
so
Fries though.
what's your plans? What's coming up next? Like any projects that you're working
Or
on?
where do you want to be in the future?
Yeah, well, where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Most
Or
importantly.
5, you
To
know?
be honest,
Having your own mandarin, not an avocado.
my plans as far as still doing the business, I'm at this point
You
where
like the local
So,
stuff?
like they, like they say, like if you like your job, you're never gonna go work.
yes.
Is
That's
that how
what
you
I'm
feel?
saying,
No, that's how
like
I-
you.
Wait.
Hold
That's what I'm
on.
saying. Like you like the
Are you
local stuff.
hiring?
if you
taking-
have a talent, yes.
Not losers. Not losers.
Are you taking any
Not
apprentices?
No, so you like the local scene, or you want more?
No, you know what? Everything since when I started has always been the local scene. Seeing the response now after so many years of bands trusting me with their work, trusting me with their logos and stuff like that. I want to keep on doing that as long as I could.
and it's looking good because there's a lot of bands coming out.
But the thing is that también there's a lot of I don't say call it competition, right? I don't want to see them that way.
Colleagues.
But there's a lot of colleagues that are coming up
Right.
and want to
But
do that.
you know,
and
hold on.
I actually welcome it.
Hold on.
I actually want to see that.
What's the most famous band to you? They came up to you and asked you, was like, "Hey, we need a picture or a logo, sea lo que sea." Like to you.
Not really allowed. Like I have people ask me and stuff like that, but lately the guys from Arroyo have hooked me up with the guys from Azteca Records.
I might have you refresh my logo too.
There you go. I'm down.
I'll give you a circle so you could be happy.
Oh shit. But I think like a shout out to my guy, Jordi Ponce.
Oh yeah, he's
course, of
badass.
He's
course.
fucking badass. And
He's
I know
badass, but he doesn't do a lot of work though, right?
he doesn't work, but I'm just saying like
No, I mean like he
you
doesn't
outsource?
do a lot of like the amount
I
of
know
work.
posters he doesn't do a lot.
Yeah, like you do, pues.
Yeah. I don't do as much as I used to actually, to be honest. Just because there's a lot more other people getting into it.
Competition is stiff.
I hate using the word, but it is. It is what it is, right?
Colleagues.
Colleagues. There's,
Compañeros.
Compañeros,
Go ahead.
but as far as like when it comes to
there's a surplus.
there's a lot of people coming up with that.
colleagues.
But shout out to my guy Jordi Ponce who's done stuff for los
He's done
dos,
some
los
badass
dos carnales, and they actually replied to him like, hey, this looks better.
He did a Tucanes thing, right?
He
Too.
did a Tucanes thing. There's a guy in Texas, in Waco, Texas, se llama Willie. Name
No tengo cosas because them motherfuckers got
he
talent like a
actually
motherfucker.
he's done a lot of shit for Univision, like to the point where like Premios Lo Nuestro has hired him. He's one of my inspirations. Like he's fucking phenomenal, and he's doing big things in Waco, Texas.
What up, Misa? Talented ass singer over here.
Yeah, right.
But he's one of my
Sing in the
inspirations,
bathroom.
and actually that was one of my big things when he recognized my shit. Like I would do
He
like a band
retweeted
pic-
or
Yeah, he
Instagram?
reached out. He's like, "Hey man, that's pretty clean," and he wanted me to do something for his. He has like this community service over in Waco, Texas, with like young artists. También over there, and he thought of me for like a project, and I'm like, man, that's badass. It wasn't like,
You didn't get the job. Type
no,
of thing.
no. I'm saying that not is really huge. You know what I mean? But it was like
Just
something
the
where
fact
it's
that you're out
recognized,
there.
that I'm recognized.
It's not the
Yeah.
guy that came on the Con Puros Compas about the he
No,
worked
he's-
with Intocable.
No.
He did some graphic design and
He did some graphic design, but this guy, no, he's on his mother shit. Like I know he did some stuff for Calibre 50 too back in the day, and he was. Man,
I think nowadays it's just like knowing the right people,
Knowing
and
the right
it just bump into the right people, you know.
like for me,
Or sliding the DMs to the right people.
I was because I was like what Jordy did with the last. Did you seen the Bookies one that he did? That Bookies fucking little poster did, and he got a lot of good response. I fucking loved it. That was badass. I wish I had a little bit more time, because thankfully I am busy to not concentrate on my own
Right.
shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like for instance, there's an album cover for La Recodo, Raíces album cover.
Yeah, the white
It was like a brownish with like a tuba and stuff like that.
like the old school kind of like look, right? Like
Yeah, it's supposed to
dried
be
out,
like,
dried out. Yeah.
I want to redo it. Like I want to show them.
Why don't you do a redo it? Just inbox them.
I
Why
haven't had
don't you do
time.
my band.
That's the only problem I have is
The
to
what?
find the time.
Oh, to find the time.
To find the time to be like, because a lot of people
No,
probably.
es que you never know if you take. I don't know. Es que no sé cuánto tiempo te tomará. Vamos a decir que te tome unos 20, una hora, and just to send it to them in the inbox. You never know where it's gonna fucking take you, bro.
I know that. I know that for sure. Like I'm saying, if Jordi Ponce could put out those bookies kind of thing, then Rex got buzz.
Right.
I know I could do something. It's just that with some people, I don't say don't realize, right? But even my compadre has seen it, where it's a lot of brain power.
Right.
At the end of the day, when I'm doing a logo, I'm doing a band picture, and at the end of the day, I'm so fucking tired that you don't want to touch anything else.
You gotta go to.
No, I
wanna-
get you.
Like
I
I
get
want to
you.
be at a point where I'm like,
Ya acabé.
You're happy.
"Acabé,"
You're happy with
but
it.
sometimes like I'm trying to work on having a computer at the house
Right.
to be like, you know what, this is my house is gonna be on my own time, you know, because at the office.
Oh, so you have your office computer and then you don't.
I just have my office computer right
That's
now.
it?
Right? Yeah.
Oh, so
So
you don't have a
I
laptop.
don't
You
have
fuck
that.
around.
Yeah, that's the only problem I have right now.
You should, bro.
No, that's what I'm working on now.
We're
Actually,
gonna
in
talk
a
to
couple of
Carlos.
weeks. In a couple of
We're
weeks,
gonna
I'll
talk to Carlos so they can sponsor.
Shout
that.
out to you.
I'm gonna
If-
sponsor you this laptop.
Fuck yeah.
Bring in the laptop.
If you guys want to
Surprise,
I'll-
motherfuckers!
oh, we bought you a new laptop. Hey.
You know what? I don't like this shit. No,
Hit the hashtag Fry deserves a laptop. We got you, baby.
go fund me.
Go fund me. Fry's getting a fucking laptop. Señoras, we need a laptop. This poor guy needs a laptop.
Hashtag
Poor guy.
Fry.
For as little as $10
I,
each person, he will get a brand new laptop.
I just
It doesn't mean that the computer's fried. No, it means that Fry got the laptop.
I had just
Here's what-
ordered a new Mac computer. They call it Mac
No, that's
Studio.
expensive. That's expensive. Get
That's
the
what I'm
fuck
used to
outta
though.
We got a gateway. That's all we can.
Sorry.
Wait, I used to
We're
have a
Windows.
gateway.
We're Windows.
I
We're
used to have
Windows.
a gateway.
We're Windows
We're
guys.
Windows.
Oh no, I'm an
You
Apple
know
guy.
what?
It's because we're not that rich.
Nah, you know what? Fry deserved to get his fucking computer fried. Fuck that shit. We're Windows.
Here's one question, Fry. You know how you were saying right now that there's times where you do a logo and there's at the end of the day you're like tired. Is it like when you do a design, do you gotta go like hit certain spots in your mind where you're trying to put out something new and get something like right? Like do you have to like go at a certain space in your mind where you're
that's
you
where,
get these fresh ideas and you're like
and that's where I was,
quiero que se mire como the previous one or
that's where I was going with their question when they were like, oh, what's the future? What's the my plan right now is not like a 10-year plan where I want this big ass,
laptop,
whatever. A laptop, yes. But for me, it's just like I want to make sure that I'm always trying to be on top of design. Not because I don't want anybody else to succeed.
Right.
I just want to be fresh.
innovator.
I want to try to innovate as
be
much as possible.
up to technology.
I want to be on top. I want to make sure I stay on top.
The pioneer.
Not even a pioneer. It's just more like I see a lot of other people, like I'm saying, like there are more designers not coming out.
More fresh
I'm not
ideas.
saying-
Yeah.
I'm not-
La
I'm not-
competencia está buena
Yeah.
para que tú te empujes a hacer algo mejor.
But yeah, that's the thing.
And if you have that motive todavía, like, dude, I think you'll be fucking top notch.
But that's the thing. Like, for me, it's like, again, I go back to the musicianship, right? Like, you want to be in that banda and you don't want to never want to feel comfortable,
Right.
right? Because
Yeah.
una banda que va a ver, like, they're going to probably beat you at something.
Right.
And you're going to be like, oh, well, we could have done this. But
you're-
that's what I don't want to do with my designs. Like, I don't want to be, like, I'm like, damn, I want to be comfortable where I'm doing. Like, that's where I'm at right now. Even though, like, you could say, oh, I have all these bands, coming at me. I don't want to be stuck there. Like, I don't want to give that normal fry look.
Right.
Like, I always want to.
Pero you don't have that because tú lo que tienes en es every hashtag cuando sale una foto nueva.
Yeah.
Fry did it again.
Yeah.
And you have that hashtag already.
Yeah.
Fry did it again because you're innovating it.
Yeah.
Y lo estás sacando nuevo, bro. Like,
Because
like
you're a
you're doing it,
pioneer.
bro.
You're a pioneer.
Tú lo estás haciendo.
And that's my
and
only plan for, like, saying the future is to not get stuck. Like, it's to be like, I
bro.
want to keep on doing it.
Keep
Yeah, hell yeah.
innovating.
You're
It's my
the-
life. First
hey.
of all, it's my life. It's my work. And it's
Right.
like I live off of this stuff, so
Right.
I have to be on
You
top.
have to. Yeah, hell yeah.
to.
Right. You're
I'm paying
the
something.
Reino. You're the fucking Héroes del Norte of it. That's who you are, dude. Like, at least in my genre, that's who you are. You're the Reino,
you, bro.
Héroes
Thank you.
del Norte. Like, you're fucking top notch.
But the man's talking about he wants to be recodo, intocable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he ain't talking.
yeah.
He ain't talking about your fucking bands, dude.
No, bro, he's talking
No,
about
but
he wants to be.
I mean, I'm
greater.
hoping that later on, if I do get to a point where I have some more time to be like, I want to redo that Recodo album just for the fuck of it. And if they catch your attention, let's fucking
it.
do it. Let's fucking go,
Have
And
the
that'll
ability
be
to-
another step.
That'll be
in
another
your,
step.
in your career.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
That's fucking dope, man.
That's a real good spot to say cheers. Fuck.
Cheers.
Saludos. Fry, yo de mi parte quiero agradecerte, bro. I had a good real talk, like bien chingona, bro. Like I wanted to get to know the Fry, the Guerrero Fry, like.
Have you ate chile de queso, bro?
No, I haven't.
What's your
No,
Espérate. Hey, calm the fuck down. Shut the fuck up. Hold on. This guy has not ate humiles.
I have not.
Bro, get nothing.
I had a
no.
full-on conversation already with him.
Yeah.
Decía Martin, get the stepping.
All right, Fry. On today's Fear Factor. So,
Surprise.
I remember my compadre Carlos, when I had told him that you guys invited me, I'm like, but he's like, do they know you're like the least fucking Guerrero guy from like
we
the
know,
Guerrero?
we know.
I'm like,
No, we do.
I hope like no, but
we got one.
We have one right here.
No, and I told him, I'm
say,
like, bro,
say,
like,
say Quetzalapa.
Humboldt Park, Guerrero, baby.
no, and I told him, like, es que mucha gente hides that part. Like, bro, digan de dónde son, digan de like what we represent, digan
Yeah.
pinche pueblo, like, don't be embarrassed.
You got water? No, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. you
Toman
got lights on the street.
Toman
Yeah,
el tinaco, it's all good.
If you got water, it's cool. Most of our pueblos don't have water. Don't worry about that.
Misa's pueblo's fucking fighting over water.
There you go.
Somebody water plants and they were
Misa over
mad.
here is fucking sucking the sweat off of Tino's back. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that shit.
pero honestly,
Somebody watering the mangos.
And honestly, man, te agradezco que hayas venido, and I hope
thank you.
this is not the first time.
no,
Vamos a
thank you,
hacer a
guys.
podcast allá afuera because I have a nice yard donde
We're gonna
tengo
have a
mis
chef
grills.
cooking behind
Oh,
us.
yeah,
We're gonna have a fucking
This
do
would
a
have been a
blind.
nice night too to do
Dude.
something outside, man.
So I want to do.
outside.
Yeah, vamos a matar humiles allá afuera.
Hell yeah.
I want to do. We want to do a bunch of shit, bro. Pero hopefully, time given, Dios nos regale más vida y nos regale más tiempo.
yes.
Russia, stop.
Yeah, Russia, stop. Lo podemos hacer, bro. Like, I want you back. I want to keep. They keep talking more bullshit, you know. Like, I love it. You seen how Chicago revolucionó, like, and Piggy not drunk, you know,
Verga, perro.
and shit like that, bro. So de mi parte, bro, thank you for coming out. Y que no sea la última, bro.
No. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for letting me, be a part of this and make me feel special that there's somebody that's interested in the graphic design, the graphic design stuff.
Tienes fanáticos definitivamente.
Thank
Yo conozco paisanos míos
Yeah.
que like, oh, el muchacho ese. El muchacho ese es de Guerrero, pues.
A shout out to the gente de,
La gente de Guerrero, chingado.
La gente de Guerrero, first of all. Pero,
Y dice,
the Calentano groups, I know, like, I don't want to make this as far as, like, controversial, right? Because my guy, Moises Roman, I know he has his people.
Yeah.
The Tierra Caliente, the bands. I haven't touched a Tierra Caliente group yet. And I don't know what it is, but I would love to work with Tierra Caliente.
We got you, man. We're going to
No, he's talking to you.
Es que como te digo,
Yeah.
no, es que como te digo, es como te digo, muy siempre ha trabajado con Tierra Caliente. Siempre lo ha hecho.
Yes.
Y cuando siempre te lo digo porque I seen it, I done it.
Yeah.
I wanted to work with you cuando I had my adrenalina days.
Yeah.
Me daba miedo stepping out the box. No sabía si sabías el género, no sabía si sabías lo que estaba pasando. A lo mejor me ibas a dar un pinche adrenalina todo chaca and I'll be like, yeah, that's not gonna work, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just no. A lot of Guerrero people feel like we don't like to get out of our comfort zone.
That's what I heard.
We're not in the zone.
That's what I heard. I remember.
So, si yo conozco a mi paisano, muy siempre, I love the guy. I'm always gonna go with him.
There's a lot of. I'm sorry to interrupt. I remember this one guy came up to me and he was like, "How much do you charge for the groups? I want to bring my Tierra Caliente groups that he had at the moment, to you. How much do you charge? I charge this much." He's like, and this is not to talk shit, but he always told me, he was like, "Es que I see a lot of Tierra Caliente groups that have, it's more like a family thing. Y los mayores are the ones that have the last word."
Yeah.
And it's tough to hear the older generation to invest so much money into marketing or into a photo shoot.
Yeah.
Like, that's where it gets kind of stuck.
Yeah.
I've seen that because I've had messages from los hijos de los señores.
Right.
Come up to me like, "Hey, how much you charge? This much." That's badass.
Pero da miedo the stepping outside the box, bro.
Exactly.
Es lo que da miedo. I'm telling you because it happened to me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I knew how much you charge and I was like, oh, fuck. Like, sí está bueno, pero like, ¿qué producto me va a dar? Like, I haven't seen it. No sé. I wish I would have given it a chance.
No.
Pero like, that's where I was stuck at.
Gotcha.
Like, Moy always gave me like what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I told him, hey, I want this, I need this. And he always did it.
Yeah.
Pero like, the fact that I didn't even fucking know that you were a paisano, I was like, oh, fuck. Like, me quedé like, fuck, I wish I would have fucking tried it. I wish. Pero now is now and then is then, you know?
He's doing your new stuff now, so.
Yeah, hazle
Talking
cría,
about,
güey.
ya le cría. No. No le voy a hacer cría.
Fry.
No te voy a hacer cría.
Fucking. Oílo.
No, pues ya estamos en la misma familia. Nomás
Yeah,
baja
of
mis
course.
5 libras and I'm good, bro.
I got you. The longas are gone and shit. Don't worry about it.
Yes, yeah.
The big chunky guys that come up to me like, "Hey."
No me hagas como Carlos todo cachetón, güey,
The old Carlos.
That's
The
how you
old
look,
guard.
nigga. That's how you look.
Well, there's always,
You're not too skinny to say, bro.
My joke, hold on. My joke is I say, like, when the bigger guys come up and they do photo shoots, like, "Hey, primo, ahí me hace más delgado." I'm like, "Hey, yo cobro por libras, so." And they're like, no, but ya se
Entonces ya no, se chingó la cosa.
That was me.
Celso he still thinks that he looks like how he fucking when he lost weight with the COVID shit,
I look better.
There you go.
That don't mean shit. That don't mean shit.
Yeah,
There you
dick
go.
got longer.
Estamos gordos, güey. Estamos gordos.
Nope.
Anyways, Fry,
Yes.
thank you so much.
No, thank you guys.
We've been pushing for this shit for so fucking long. Y todavía falta un chingo.
Oh, yeah. And even better, I know
falta
you
el
guys are
hijo.
so close too, man, because
there you
I'm
go.
like almost walking
Yeah,
distance.
bro. No, pero te digo, la carnita asada es right.
Hell yeah,
right,
I'm
right,
fucking
right.
down.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fucking down.
We're gonna do this shit maybe in a couple of months. La carita asada. We're gonna
Yeah.
fucking do it.
Super
Thank you
down.
so much.
I'll
Thank
bring some
you.
more mezcal.
T-bones on Piggy.
But fucking Piggy has to take a shot of
Nah, you
mezcal.
gotta tell my brother.
Why your
Oscar.
brother?
That's Tu ídolo, tu ídolo.
Ahorita lo llevas al baño. Miso.
Don't knock the camera down. Hold on, just
Miso.
wait. Just wait right there.
Ryan, thank you. Fucking she was the shit. I know we missed a lot. Thank you,
That's
bro.
all good. Thank you guys.
Same thing for Ryan. No, I mean, like, we appreciate it, you know. We've worked together a lot con el grupo donde estoy ahorita, you know.
Yeah, no, I got
Appreciate
you.
the picture que apenas hiciste. It was really badass.
I barely
Dude,
came
you
out.
snap at that.
Yeah.
Thank
I really
you.
liked it. Like he
you.
really looked like.
They didn't put me.
I don't know what happened, but I appreciate
Missing
it.
piece.
Like,
It's a missing piece right there.
Vas a estar en la nueva, güey.
I appreciate you.
No,
Like, you know,
he really
accepting
looked
the
good. I really liked
invitation
that
for you
picture. I was like,
coming
oh
here.
shit.
Yeah,
It came
yeah.
out. I was like, oh shit. Mi gorda looks good. That was the first thing I saw.
It's angles. It's all about
Yeah, it's
angles
angles.
and lighting. That's all it is.
Y pinche.
But Tino,
He hasn't finished.
no, go ahead.
No, I just want to say thanks for coming out, bro. We try to touch a subject que no sea tanto like the music.
Yeah.
It was more like the designer fry where you
Yeah, no.
started. You know, hopefully part 2 comes out soon. You know, when
sure.
it's
No,
it's
but
hot.
the music.
And then hopefully
Yeah,
one
but the music
one
part,
day
yeah.
you get to fill in as an extra Calentano. You know, you're already from
Down.
Guerrero.
I'm
You
super
are-
down.
look,
I'm super down.
You're
Yeah,
official
yeah.
Calentano.
Jesse's
Yeah,
pushing
yeah,
it all
yeah.
the time, so might as well just
I
make
was
it
actually
happen.
very close to bringing my Calentano hat.
Yeah.
We used to have some here, but there was a
Pero
party.
Misa took him.
I took one. I bought one.
He bought one.
If I would,
Yeah.
No, but thank
No,
you
we
for-
traded one with the thing.
Was it?
El bulecito.
Yeah, el bolecito.
there's this little shop on Pulaski, like on the south side, by like 60 something. My mom had taken me. They have like really good queso. I forgot what she was. She was like, oh, they have really good crema. And but they have a lot of shit like Mexican stuff. And I had told them like, oh shit, they had like machetes like for sale.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I want to get one and just put it like on my fucking wall or something like that.
yeah.
Big ass
And
machete
it also
and
works as
shit.
self-protection, bro.
Exactly.
You know,
Something coming in.
It's the Calentano way.
I
Yeah,
I
the
heard.
Calentano way.
I heard if it's raining and you grab the machete, you put it on the ground and
You
it stops
become
raining.
Thor.
No. It stops raining, for real. That's what I heard.
Fucking Thor.
Calentano Thor and shit.
Uno que es de Humboldt Park. I don't understand this shit.
Cortar las nubes, right? You're talking
Yeah.
about cortar las nubes? Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife's grandma does that. I ain't gonna lie. She comes up to the yard, starts cutting the fucking nubes. I swear to God, bro.
Wow.
Thank you for coming out, bro.
No. Thank you guys.
You know,
Thank you guys for
we
inviting me.
try
man.
to-
Thank you for the mezcal.
No, this is how you guys are. Oh yeah.
You know, thanks for coming out, for, you know, talking to us about your beginnings of, you know, the whole designer, you know, who inspired you and your future plans, and, you know, a little bit about the music. I don't know, like, if any of the other pods you've been on, it's been mostly pretty much about like your music life and pretty much like
The
that.
beginning, yeah, like a lot of people talk about the musicianship in the beginning, then it just goes into like the
Right.
graphic design, which is fine because
Es que
I'm
te
like,
estás muy talentoso, primo.
I'm
Trombone.
not gonna say it. but-
No,
No, estás...
Guerrero, he's from Guerrero.
it's that water in Guerrero, bro.
No,
I mean,
estás-
it's a shout out like after so many years because like when people would ask me like, oh, and I used to be of course a musician, and then my compadre Carlos would be like, oh, Rio Jalisco, blah blah. Like, how much you do Guerrero? I'm like, because it'll always be
He
crickets.
said who?
It'll be crickets sometimes. Cause it'll be like Guerrero. I'm like one guy in the background, like, hey.
Yeah, that was my fucking thing. Yo siempre yo digo, hey, arriba, Guerrero.
Exactly.
No, véngase pa' acá. Like, no seas mamón. véngase
Only
pa'
my
acá.
mom would see me like at some of the certain. We used to play at Fiesta del Sol a lot, and she would be like, tú tienes que anunciar en Guerrero. I'm like,
Yeah.
you'll probably be the only person like saying that.
Yeah, no, yeah. Pero, like, I noticed que even in fucking in the baile scene, like, the Guerrero people no les gusta gritar. I'm like, what the fuck you mean?
Yeah.
We're
And then
peaceful people.
when I switched over to Norte con sax,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
I was like, mis paisanos.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, bro, you seriously from Guerrero? I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm fucking
Yeah,
Guerrero as shit.
Yeah.
Dice, neta. I'm like, bro, ahí Jumiles and all. Sí es de Guerrero. Sí es de Guerrero.
You're mentioning
Like,
Jumiles, and
yeah.
they're like, yeah.
Like, yo soy de Guerrero.
To this
cocho,
day,
no.
they don't believe I'm from Guerrero and Saxteño. Like,
That's güero,
Get outta
güey.
here. That's crazy.
Está güero por eso.
Yeah, it's así. Es así. What? Comiles and shit?
The Jumiles. No, we're going to do the whole Jumiles sauce trying and all
That's
this
what my
shit.
compadre
man.
Carlos is like, hey, you should do a fucking Fear Factor. Dude.
Yeah,
like,
we-
make
we
fucking
are.
fry.
We're
Like,
gonna
fuck
blindfold you, bro. Be like, touch it first. Van a hacer
I'm sorry, that's my cock.
Van a hacer nachos.
Hey, once
That's
it's
a big ass fucking cricket.
once it starts getting nice, we're gonna do una cecina type of
Yeah,
shit.
don't
Con el
fucking-
queso, chile.
You fuck with Cecina?
I fuck with Cecina.
Oh,
I
okay.
fuck with big
Okay,
Cecina.
okay,
I'm a
okay.
big Cecina fan.
What's that? Those green things like with red? ¿Cómo se llama?
Guajes?
No. No, that's guamuchiles.
Oh, guamuchiles, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you ever heard of guamuchiles?
No, I haven't.
Me neither.
I heard about it, but
We're not. I don't think we're missing out.
Yeah.
I heard they make you fart.
Who?
Papalos?
No, I have not.
Queso cincho.
Queso cincho, yeah. I queso cincho, sí.
Pretty much chile de queso cincho, like dorado, like and then they put it in chile. Is the shit.
You know
bro.
what? I have somebody that had just
What
mentioned
about-
that this
about-
weekend. Yeah, about that. The chile, no queso con chile. What it is.
You had it or no?
I haven't had it.
What about the
You gotta have
Guerrero,
it.
the Guerrero staple chile de huevo?
No, actually.
Con jumiles.
Con jumiles.
guac-
O ciruelas.
But it was funny. I
O
was telling-
ciruelas.
Right, I'm gonna have my suegra cook you un chile de huevo.
down.
Hey, I'm gonna take it Thursday. So wait
Okay, I'm down. I'm down to try it.
We're gonna have a Fear Factor Guerrero style, man. I'm going to Mexico. in
Yeah,
like
we're
2
going
weeks.
next level now.
It's basically scrambled egg with like.
Celso.
Bueno, señoras y señores, ojalá que se le hayan pasado bien chingón aquí con mi compa Fry. Saludos a toda mi paisanada de Guerrero, Michoacán,
Saludos
Estado de
para la
México.
gente de
Saludazos. Nosotros somos los Calentanos Podcast.
Piggy's drunk.
Biggest drunk.